Let me show you where Bambi got this from.
Looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love's got me looking so crazy.
So the only work she put on this, put on this video was this beginning little intro where she again took scenes from this mashup, probably was pre-made, and the only thing she did was just put her face into Harley's.
They call you cry baby, but you don't fucking care. Cry baby, so you love to.
Now, see, if I were to take my favorite character or something and make it like that, I'd be called all types of names, and you all know Bambi would join right in. But if you think I'm joking on that meaning to supposed to be Ruski, well, let's take another look at something. You go to Ruski's community page. Let's not go down that road, old friend. No smoke needed. Tagged Andrea in it, right? And then he shares the crazy in love with Bambi. Oh, and supposedly this says of him living with forensic. As far as I only know, it just proves that maybe you were on the way to her house or somewhere else. Well, no, it had to be hers because he's like, I'm in all black, and she said what she's in. You know, which is just crazy. Like fusion needs to tighten up. And they said play them all and tag Bambi into it. I wonder how that works, and she'll get a good laugh out of them. Tell Bambi I said ha. Isn't it funny? 2 days ago he announces that, but now him and Bambi are like, you know, they're like best buds, y'all.
Fucking quiet. And he made.
I didn't know he shared that. I thought he shared. We're looking for his live with Bambi, which will come back to the old Bambi and Ruski. It's gonna be funny if he dirty deletes because I got it. All right. Let's check out this update on Durkee, I guess.
Our voices symbolic of war.
I stopped the clock one Eastern morn.
Shout out to Scooter Beggs. Moving forward. Just the long intros, I just can't do it. Sorry. Uh-oh.
Hello, may I speak to Mrs. Cook?
Yeah, just a second. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Cook. This is Lori Strode. I was hoping that you got the phone call set up with your son.
Yes, ma'am, I sure did, but it's I get to talk to him.
You've got to talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good news. He needs that just to touch base with someone at home, and maybe it makes him feel a little better.
Yeah, well,
That's good. That's good. And has he heard anything about his court date or anything yet?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great news. Pardon me?
He went to court today. $7,500.
$7,500.
And they, I think they dropped one charge. Excuse me. I think one of them was a misdemeanor and they got mixed up. Well, I think he told me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. There's some progress. He's not sitting in there worried about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Pardon me? Oh, I understand. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. He's been there. You said he lives with you and helps you out, I'm sure.
38 years.
Yeah. So, will you have problems posting his bond, or you're able to do that? You're not. Yeah, I understand. Well, I mean, when times get difficult, maybe some family or friends, or do you attend church?
I don't got no family. Yeah, we go to church.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe lean on the Lord right now and things will work out.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got the phone call set up, and I have an assessment ready, and I'm going to send over to maybe see if some mental hygiene medications can be added to help with this time, during this time, and we'll see how things work out.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You have a blessed night.
You do the same thing.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Fuck your love, fuck it, I don't want none of it.
Strangulator.
You? I mean, what the fuck's going on?
Sorry.
Well, hack away, cunt. Don't get you bucks. Hack away. Won't be the first time, won't be the last. You know, I might still have the screenshot to where she's calling books the N-word in text.
Yeah, it does say that word quite a bit. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Well, hack away, cunt. Don't get you bucks. Hack away. Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Well, I didn't know you were going to get as close to her as you did. Or I would have
Neither did I.
warned you. Or I would have warned you, but you probably wouldn't have listened anyways.
Oh no, it was nothing sexual. No, nothing sexual. I actually got a girlfriend.
Wait, you're not into the plump? You're not into fat?
No, but I'll tell you who is.
Who?
Fusion.
I thought Fusion was married with kids.
Fusion. Yeah, I was there. This is not a lie. I was like in the fucking same room. I knew what was going on. So
I don't know that.
Yeah, no, I heard his voice. He sent her fucking.
Don't really see the resemblance.
By the way, Fusion, we both have her number. No, I ain't lying. I got her number. I know her number. That's coming out tomorrow. So he'll recognize the number and realize that I'm actually telling the fucking truth. That she is, dude. She's sending him like old ass pictures of her, like from like 20 years ago and shit. So he's like,
he did that to me, and then she got on camera with me in a video call, and I'm like,
yeah,
no,
holy shit. She's a, I know Blumpkin means like blowjob while you're taking a shit, but like she looks like a Blumpkin. Like she looks like a big shit turd that came out like when you were.
This is Risky, ladies and gentlemen.
She looks like a Blumpkin. Holy God.
And Bambi, the collab you never thought.
He is fat.
Oh, I bet you
Fuck, I don't
Andrea is
think
steaming.
Like, you got 4 chins.
Andrea, don't hate me,
armor.
but
Yeah,
you know what?
The
Fuck off.
phone number
Man.
being
Fucking telling people to
864-497.
basically kill themselves.
I'll let you figure out the rest. That number? That phone number?
You know what? What my shine here? It's okay.
Karma's a bitch. And that's what I call karma. Karma, Tracy, karma. Karma.
I didn't think I would ever be doing a live with you again. Like, holy shit, we're back. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Oh, I like your new video. Yeah. It's kind
Thank you.
of.
I
Yeah.
figured you. I figured you.
I mean, it's kind of telling. Like, you know, you identify as Harley Quinn, and obviously, I got the Punisher skull right here. So it's kind of.
So is.
She identifies as Harley Quinn. So now we're not just redefining genders that we. You literally can define yourself to a Marvel character or DC, whatever the fuck Harley comes from, whatever universe, fucking fiction, fantasy shit that's from the Joker and Batman, and that's DC. So, I mean, I know they've done the Marvel DC crossover stuff, but still, it's just. Yeah, identifies as Harley Quinn, a fictional doctor. That about sums it up.
Patrick talking
It's
to
actually
you,
a perfect fucking personality.
If you're talking to me, you're right. I don't got nothing to say to you. You know, when I Googled your name, you came up on a government watch list. You know, you in the Klan? You in some sort of terrorist organization? I'm just wondering. I mean, I don't care to talk to you. So you're right. I have nothing to say to you. You're right, because I don't give a fuck about you. That's how that works. I don't care about you. I don't talk to you. I don't care about you.
I guess Tracy isn't your only enemy, or one we share in common. I guess you have a few people
She's
don't
not
like.
my enemy. She's not my enemy. She's just somebody I don't give 2 fucks about. Not my.
Okay, hold on. You said that Patrick dude was on a government watch list. Where the fuck you getting this information from now, doctor? I didn't know. Were you able to see some type of private? Are you able to see a private law enforcement database about high risk individuals or something? I mean, what the fuck? What kind of clearance do you have, doctor?
Mine are mostly haters.
No, that's all right. Not everybody in the world is gonna like you.
So what's up with
I'm sorry.
well, she brought your name up today. I was gonna bring her up here.
Why?
Tracy's not who I'm talking about. Tracy's not who I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
fuck with her.
Watching herself with Harley fucking busting heads and.
Andrea brought your name up today.
I don't fuck with her either. I don't fuck with her either.
Oh,
I don't care about her either. I mean, you're talking about people who I don't even care enough about to even make fun of.
Good point.
Oh, but they
I
don't
mean,
make fun of
really.
you, bitch.
I don't even care enough about them to make fun of them on. You know.
You mentioned the word Momo. I would just wanted to bring.
Oh yeah, well, that's my word for retarded. Okay. When I want to call you stupid or retarded, I say you're a fucking momo.
Yes.
Moron.
You're fucking momo.
But,
moron, stupid, dumb, ignorant. You know.
People have actually given her that name, Momo. Like that, people actually.
It takes one to know one, bitch.
The Queen of Momo.
Well, instead of saying Mama Luke, I just say Momo. Instead of saying you're a dumb Mama Luke motherfucker, I just go you're a dumb Momo motherfucker. I like this live already. Oh. So what's your opinion? Like I have a love and hate relationship. My opinion of what?
Of Andrea. You hear me?
Yeah. No respect, no use for. I got no use for her. I don't have an opinion because I don't care about her. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have any emotion towards her either way. No hate, no like. I just doesn't exist. I just don't care about her. So I don't really have.
What about me, Bambi?
I think she should probably get a life. You know, she comes on YouTube just to make fun of people. Not really productive. She likes to send emails to people stating that the Workyverse is a sex trafficking ring and a bunch of criminals. And yet she doesn't want to have any proof to back it, or say things like, you're involved in some sort of ring of some sort, and send her a laptop that's destroyed. I got that in an email, and I'm reading this nutty shit like, is this bitch for real? Like, for real, Andrea? I'm supposed to what? Believe that and like what? Run with it? You're gonna.
I love how she said she needs to get alive. She's coming on YouTube, make fun of people, which isn't productive. Story of us all, bitch, including you.
Lying, and Bambi called me on it, and I got nothing to back up wild accusations that I'm throwing out there. But that's what that is.
It wasn't destroyed. It was lost when I took a Greyhound moving out of DC to Florida. So
well, she starts out. This email starts out with, Bambi, these people are dangerous. Well, so am I. So am I. What's your point? You're going on about they're a criminal organization, sex trafficking, and then she gives in this email about you that you have CP and all kinds of sick stuff on his laptop, and I'm like, do you have evidence? And she goes, the laptop was destroyed. He has it, and I'm like, bitch, you're so full of shit. Shut up. Shut up. Why are you wasting my time? I mean, really, wasting my fucking time.
He's not wrong. I mean, dangerous, that's a strong word. I can be. I'm good with a handgun.
Wait, he said she's not wrong right after the CP shit?
Like,
what the fuck? Did y'all catch
you
that?
know, if you're gonna make accusations like that, Andrea, you need to have hard proof to back them up. And if you have hard proof of sex trafficking and all kinds of weirdo shit that you're claiming, why are you telling me? Shouldn't you be telling the FBI? Why are you telling me? Well, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? But my advice to you is you should probably go to your authorities. Don't tell me. I'm not a cop. Why are you telling me? What the fuck am I doing? Got our evidence.
But then the adventure is over prematurely, and Andrea wants to see this thing through to the end to see what and who is who.
It's like, I don't know if she thought that I was gonna like come online and be like, oh my god, you guys, I got this email. No, you fucking Momo. You think I'm stupid? Out of here. Gotta wake up.
Maybe that's what she was doing when she was telling people about the multi-channel network thing, just trying to make us look nutty.
Well, you're not smart. Oh, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. You can sit around just
well,
even though it really is a multi-channel network.
I've asked him for 4 days in a row. Send me evidence. Send it to me. You got the file. Send it. I mean, I reached out to my people, private investigators, people I know. I said, hey, can you run this name? Tell me if you find out if they're a pedo. I need proof. Tell me. I even searched on the Alabama sex offender registry.
That Patrick Patterson account, there's one that has that guy's mugshot. He might be on the registry, but here's a newsflash to everybody. Who's to say that's actually the real Patrick Patterson and not somebody just assuming his identity? That's a regular Workyverse. Someone that we know.
A offender. Like you're a class A offender, you're at the highest list, on top of the list. You're going on the registry.
In our state, it's called a tier 3.
It's like almost a given everything. So,
wouldn't it be easy to find out if someone is that word? If someone is like, you know?
Yeah, they'd be on the sex offender registry.
Yeah,
number one in their state, and nothing. And I'm like, Okay, you can't. I'm not running with that narrative because there's no proof. There's no proof backing it. Now, the only thing that I can say that came up when I did a search was government watch lists. That's the only thing I found.
Okay, well, I'll give her credit on this one thing. At least she's not just running with something Deadly's been told, came up with. Because Deadly's a dumbass. She knows that. Hell, she said it to me in private chats with Tam. You know, Deadly's not the stablest of people, put it that way.
So I'm not even reading much into that one. I'll get to you.
There's a lot of accusations, shit like that. But
well, I take that word very, very personal and very, very serious. Don't call someone that unless you know they are. If they're not convicted of said crime, like convicted in court, convicted, found guilty, don't run around calling
slander.
Yeah, that person ruined a man's life.
Like, yeah, well, used to be, not anymore. Now it's nothing. Now people
see, a broken clock is right twice a day, and Bambi sometimes has her moments where she shines through with integrity, like in this one.
Like people who got locked up for that.
That's fair and balanced.
Call someone a cocksucker or a motherfucker, that's fine, but words that can get you arrested, that's not cool.
And yeah, I did say, I go, if I get proof that he is a pedo, I'm stepping on him. He fucking ain't right. And I'd expect everybody else to step on him.
Well, I mean, if that's true, that's one thing, but if it's not.
Yeah, if it's true, but I haven't received any evidence saying that it's true. And granted, the person that was
about a fucking domestic violence
and almost died.
Repeat offender, 3-timer.
So I get hardcore evidence, like actual proof, like a case number that I can go and look at on my computer, not some papers sent to me. I want.
Oh, fucking Kyle realizes that if not for the fucking piece of shit damn leftist Democrats, his ass would have been 3 strikes probably on that. But they got rid of those laws. So ironic that he acts like a Trump supporter though, considering Trump and those types are the ones that would want to bring 3 strikes back.
We put you on registry in every state, I think, because that's not child molestation, that's pedophilia. That's a whole different charge.
The Bambino lady.
The charges are way different when it comes to the P. Way different.
That's all.
So, I mean, and that charge is actually far more serious than the Chomo charge. Far more serious. I mean, you're even fucking with a kid that hasn't even hit puberty. That's a serious charge. And for me to run with the narrative or
it's all fucked up.
Say that about a person, I have to.
It's all on the same level, no matter the age, if it's under 18.
For myself, like that shit with
people can still be called a creep for being. And just because you're fucking 39 years old and you're with an 18-year-old don't expect people not to see you as a creep still. Sure, it may be technically legal, but it's still creepy. Fucking people with big age differences. Sorry, not sorry.
That's a fact. That's not just me calling somebody that. They actually are a fucking sex offender. Creep. Pervert.
Pretty bad. Like if you can't get laid, then the good old way of finding.
Now they're not sex offenders, but they are creepy. People with big ass age differences, especially when it's an older guy and a younger girl.
If I did something as bad as what certain people in my community.
Well, I guess it ought to be the same if it's an older woman and younger guy.
That Patterson guy.
So,
why would you show your face
equality.
On the internet? Why would you even risk?
Seriously, I was going to ask you
someone finding out who you are. You don't think people aren't going to make fun of you?
Yeah.
I mean, those creeps do come on.
Here's what's funny. Whoever is fucking behind that Patrick Patterson account are fucking trolling the living shit out of these two technically right now. Because I've now seen for a while that is not probably
the so-called rumored Patrick that is that picture. Like, it just can't be. It's like somebody with an account that says my name, you know, or your name, but it's not you. That's all that is.
Diddy 305.
And they're trolling the shit out of fucking Bundy and them right now.
El Creep. El Creep.
Just learn something, knowing it's half the battle. Holy fuck.
Now that's a fact. There's court records. There's everything in Florida. You can find it there. What I'm saying about that guy being a fucking sexual assault creep.
She says you're everyday Italian. Okay, why not take the fucking 23andMe or, Ancestry, whatever, DNA test, get your ancestry, and show and prove that you have a dominant Italian side in your fucking lineage. She can't do it because there's enough fear there. Otherwise, she would have. The only reason why you wouldn't take a DNA test is because you're afraid that one of your family members may have been under a delusion themselves and lied to you and passed it on. Kind of like almost the delusion passed on to me that I was fucking part Cherokee. Well, guess what? I'm glad I didn't go around here believing that shit and then someone fucking catching me in this position because I've been the type to fucking take the DNA test, and then I would have found out at the same time as everybody else, and that would have been embarrassing as shit. So no, I am not Cherokee, and I think if she does have any Italian in her, it's not a majority. I'm willing to go maybe 30. Like she's probably got as much Italian in her as I have as German in me. 30%.
What lady doesn't, right? Okay.
I'm not even, trust me, a Square stalking me. Does that count? Square, he's stalking me. Does that count?
Get out of here. No, he's not. No.
Yes, he is. The motherfucker creeps. My God, he was sniping me today. And I'm like, bitch, I'll fucking strike you, you little fucking hoe. And then I'll get Tony Pizza to strike you too, because you're playing Tony Pizza's content. I'll get him to fucking hit you too, you little.
Okay, listen here. I want to say this very clear to you, Bambi. If you listen, this is not a third-party communication or anything. This is me on my live stream, my account. I'm putting an open declaration out if you happen to watch, because you're taking this stance, which I want to address right here, right now. As long as I am allowed to be sniped on this platform, as long as other people are allowed to be sniped, you are not the exception. You are not above the rest. It is not illegal to snipe. Whether or not it violates YouTube's terms of service, that remains to be seen as far as I'm concerned, because I've reported a lot of live streams, and I can tell you what, I've copyrighted them too. And in 10 days, unless you're willing to hide the piper with a lawyer, you ain't fucking doing shit, and the video is being reinstated. Unless I show your image, and purposefully am identifying you in some malicious way, unless I'm inciting violence, Brownie, come on, buddy. Unless I'm inciting other people or threatening and sending feuds up to your house, if I'm not doing any of that, you can't do a motherfucking thing. And I may talk about you, I may watch Ruski or any other vids that feature you and talk about you. I don't even have to technically, I can just go back from all the videos and streams we've done together that we were in, that Filthy and all them recorded, and I can go back and watch them and talk and point out behaviors and things that you did and different things. Do you want me to do that? Because you really can't do shit about that.
Let's assuming that you can do anything about me fucking sniping you. Now, if YouTube had the feature, which guess what I'm an advocate for, of you being able to block an audience or person like TikTok sort of does, I'm all for it. But as of the moment, they do not. So guess what? You are just as much fucking free reign to be fucking critiqued and fair use used as much as I am.
And you just need to get the fuck over it, because the sooner you do, the better it'll be.
I mean, it's kind of sad. Like, yeah.
Not my life. I mean,
Do you know any women that would date Square? If you got like a sister or a friend, I don't know. But,
the bison wants to.
Listen to this bitch. My ex-wife looked 10 times better than you. My last girlfriend, hell, my last fucking casual fuck looked better than you did, Bambi.
He's got a big head. The whole unibrow thing is very unattractive. The lack of personality also is a big negative.
Lack of personality. This woman has only communicated to me based on a fucking artificial YouTube concerned goals and ambitions and objectives front. She did not ever get to know me like that. Not like some other people.
Imagine a date with that fucking guy. Imagine going on a date with him, Risky. So, how's it going? Well,
A lot of fucking, I mean, she's gonna say, well, the worky bird, shit like that. No. See, sometimes I would bring flowers. I would always open the door for the car, the theater, the restaurant, the family home, the friend home, anywhere we went. I was raised to be a gentleman. I don't argue. I don't push myself on women. I don't do any of that type of stuff. As I've said and tried lecturing Deadly, the possessive jealousy arc is a bad arc to go down, because I know through experience.
well, say there's this guy, Mustard Squirrel. You know, he's on YouTube, and they're calling my grandfather. And then there's this guy, JM, and then this guy.
This fucking idiotic. She doesn't realize I had JM doesn't fucking bother me. Technically, really. Fusion. I mean, they bother me in the sense of offline actions and the slander and different things online and the following around constantly. But see, I've had a problem with that, and I've been told, "Oh well," and that's what I'm saying to Bambi, or about Bambi. Until she can private that YouTube page from me, I'm welcome to go to it. I'm not tagging her. I'm not doing anything like the people that fucking fuck with me do. I'm not tagging you. I'm not selling shit of you. I'm just giving it fucking my opinion. That's legit it. Like, I'm not got people over here conspiring, scheming, and assaulting your chat live I don't have people going and sniping while I'm trying to get up there and whatnot. I mean, this morning was one off fucking once in a while shit that happened. And even then, you was like, y'all want to fight? That's why you dirty deleted it. But guess what? I got it. You know. And as far as that Whitney chick, like, I've unsubbed from her. I don't care. I pretty much made my point today, which was the point people make to me. And, you know, that goes for women too. I mean, women are not so, like, I mean, I get that as men, you treat women differently. And that's fine and dandy in real life and everything. But on YouTube, when they're engaged in some of the same stuff, like, I mean, what are they supposed to get some extra special set of rules? I mean, I miss that. I still don't advocate though that people like Muggsy should fucking say some shit like, "Oh, Aaliyah, yawning like a mug." What you doing, Brownie? What you doing, boogie? Getting that energy out.
Yeah, you love me? You love me? Fuck out of here. I hate to see if you hate me. No, you love the motherfuckers that shit on you. And let me find out you're following Amnesty on Instagram. Let me find that shit out. I'll come to the house and put a knife through your fucking neck.
Now that is a short. I don't have the ability because Pam brought up, well, he didn't play any of the. I don't have the ability to. First of all, second of all, that really is one of those things that you can clip, and unless there was I mean, that was the full voice message. There was no clip in it or anything. So, you know, he didn't say hypothetical. He didn't say, you make me feel like I want to do this, but of course I wouldn't. I mean, there's nothing like that. So that speaks for itself. All right. What you doing, little booger? What you doing? You excited? What you excited about? I'm gonna get you. Don't you come at me. Hey, let's go. You think I don't want to hurt you? Hey, you standing on me? We done talked about this. Oh, bless you, pretty baby. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. Shake, good boy. Shake, good boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to think other than she was setting me up or trying to rob me. and I'm torn on knowing which one it was. Like, I'd really like to know which one it was. You have no idea. But she would have been doing, I mean, unless she's an informant, she would have been doing that completely on her own, which screams it just like the predator catchers sometimes have trouble. Like, then again, that's drugs, so it may be easier. Which would be fucked up in a sense that they're, willing to take that evidence from some amateur and prosecute, but they give these people that are trying to catch these legit fucking subhumans, not even human fucking credence.
So I have some really dirty lead, and it needs to be cleaned. To do this, I just have to melt it, and I put it on a camping stove. As it heats up, it reacts with oxygen in the air, and it slowly gets covered in yellow lead oxide. When it's fully melted, it's all nice and shiny, and all that lead oxide and other junk is just floating on top. Now I just need to carefully pour the lead into some water and hopefully leave all that other crap behind.
The fuck?
Okay, so it's basically done now, and I just need to pull it out of the water.
Huh.
So I have some really dirty lead, and it needs to be cleaned.
This morning, just after sunrise, the man...
It is known that the 5
happened.
Titan passengers passed away
Damn.
instantly in the implosion. The preparations for this dangerous journey began on June 16th and 17th, 2023. According to reports, the vessel went underwater and disappeared a day later, on June 18th. However, if you were wondering how instant it is, let me explain it to you. Pain takes our brain 100 milliseconds to process, while visual information takes our eyes 13 milliseconds. Because of the high pressure created by the Titan's implosion, the entire process took less than 1 millisecond.
Oh, God.
In other words, it was an instant lights out for the victims. It is known that the 5...
It was technically painless. Good Lord.
5 Titan passengers passed away instantly in the implosion. The preparations for this dangerous journey began on June 16th and 17th, 2023. According to reports, the vessel went underwater and disappeared a day later, on June 18th. However, if you were wondering how instant it is, let me explain it to you. Pain takes our brain 100 milliseconds to process, while visual information takes our eyes 13 milliseconds.
It takes 100 milliseconds, which would be basically a second.
Because
Which it only takes 13 milliseconds for a vision to come, for when you change direction and look another way, your vision does process about that speed. And then that shit happens quicker than even your vision processes.
Because of the high pressure created by the Titan's implosion, the entire process took less than 1 millisecond.
Good God. Just literally, it was like this. Just instantly. Damn.
In other words, it was an instant lights out for the victims. It is known that the five...
That's fucking crazy.
This morning, just after sunrise, the man suspected of brutally killing 36 women met the long, drawn-out demands of justice. Bundy was executed before an atmosphere that was almost circus-like.
In the early hours of January 23rd, 1989, Ted Bundy woke up knowing that this day would be unlike any other. The cold, windowless cell on death row at Florida State Prison had been his home for years, but today, it felt more like a tomb. The clock was ticking, each minute bringing him closer to his execution, a fate he had spent his life evading.
Hold on. We're gonna come back to that, but there's this guy. Listen to this.
When I was on Florida's death row, and I was near Ted Bundy, everybody in the prison wanted to kill him because all he did was boast about getting his visitor pregnant and getting everybody's visits taken. Nobody wanted to be his friend. Like, they were going to seriously tear his head off if they could.
Did you ever speak to him?
Yeah, I had an interaction with him back in Florida.
Do you remember the conversation?
Of course. He tried to sell me hope, and I told him I didn't get off on killing my mom by killing little girls, and he went off on me and started shouting at me in this stupid biblical voice. Kind of stupid. Yeah, I was in the East Unit in Stark. You can look it up. And I was only one floor above the electric chair down there in 1985 when I turned myself in from escape. And asshole Teddy was he was in Q4 and I was in Q1 when I was on
Fucking. He says it's lying, no Bundy interaction. Ted was never into jailhouse religion. He's talking bollocks. Yeah, I read those and I wondered, oh shit, one of these.
Ted Bundy. Bundy's first true love was a woman named Stephanie Brooks, who had long dark hair parted down the middle. But after she rejected him in the late 60s, he went on to kill more than 30 young women, all with long dark hair parted down the middle. Here's a photo from the summer of...
He fucking took out all his rage from that one rejection on all the women that followed.
1974 that accidentally captured Bundy in his VW Beetle, searching for his next victim. He would go on to abduct and murder Janice...
Yeah, that's the picture of Lake Sammamish, and there's his fucking Beetle right there. They combed through all the photos and videos of that day, the police did, and they ended up seeing that.
And Denise Naslund that same day. This was the interior of Bundy's car, in which he removed the passenger seat so that he could hide his kidnapped victims on the floor. Bundy proposed to his wife Carol Ann Boone while he was on trial for the murder of a 12-year-old girl.
His daughter.
A few years after Bundy was sentenced to death, the couple managed to
his daughter's somewhere out there today.
Have a baby girl named Rosa. Even after listening to the serial killer's chilling interview tapes, Bundy's mother believed that her son was innocent until the day she died. Her last words to him just before his execution were, "You'll always be my precious son." Ted Bundy. Bundy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's just a cigarette and it cannot be.
That's basically how Jeffrey Dahmer died. A blow to the head with a fucking weight bar.
Honey, don't you love me? I didn't know it makes me sad. It's just a cigarette like you always used. It's just a cigarette.
Committed, of course, was apparently little Kimberly Leach, 12 years of age. I think the public outcry is greater there because an innocent child was taken from a playground. What did you feel after that? What was there? Were there the normal emotions 3 days later? Where were you, Ted? I can't really talk about that right now. It's too painful. I would like to I'd like to be able to convey to you what that experience is like, but I won't be able to talk about it.
Oh shit! Look at that face. I mean, dude brought up the fucking child that he killed. That was the fucking. It's so fucking horrible that fucking happened. If only he hadn't been able to escape the second time.
This morning, just after sunrise, the man suspected of brutally killing 36 women met the long.
Ted Bundy woke up knowing that this day would be unlike any other. The cold, windowless cell on death row at Florida State Prison had been his home for years, but today it felt more like a tomb. The clock was ticking, each minute bringing him closer to his execution, a fate he had spent his life evading. At 6 a.m., as dawn broke, Bundy's morning began like many others, but the air was thick with a tension he couldn't ignore. He knew this might be the last time he would ever see the dull gray light of morning filtering through the cracks of his existence. The routine cup of coffee in his cell felt like a cruel joke, bitter and lukewarm, just like the cold reality of his situation. By 8 a.m., Bundy's legal team, led by Polly Nelson and Jim Coleman, worked frantically, submitting a flurry of last-minute appeals and petitions in both state and federal courts. They argued that Bundy wasn't mentally competent to be executed, hoping to buy him more time. But the system that Bundy had once manipulated so skillfully was now beyond his control. As a former law student who had relished his role as his own attorney, Bundy found himself in an unfamiliar position. Powerless. The appeals were denied one by one, and with each rejection, the walls of his cell seemed to close in tighter around him. At around 12 p.m., Bundy's fate was sealed when the Supreme Court turned down his final request, leaving him with less than 24 hours to contemplate his life and his crimes. In the early afternoon, around 1 p.m., Ted Bundy was granted a final visit from his mother, Louise Bundy. For years, Louise had clung to the belief in her son's innocence, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Their meeting was brief, charged with unspoken emotions. The bond between mother and son had been a constant in Bundy's life, a source of unconditional love in an otherwise twisted existence. But the reality of what was coming overshadowed everything. There were no dramatic goodbyes, just a painful acknowledgement of what they both knew, that this would be the last time they would see each other. As Louise left the prison, she was in tears. The weight of her son's actions
Didn't go to his execution, I guess.
Finally crushing her resolve. Later that afternoon, around 3 p.m., Bundy met with his spiritual advisor, Fred Lawrence. Religion had become a focal point for Bundy in his final years, perhaps a last-ditch effort to find some semblance of redemption or peace. The conversations were private, but the intensity of the moment was palpable. Was Bundy truly seeking forgiveness, or was this just another act in a life defined by manipulation? Around 5 p.m.,
I would say
as
a little
evening
bit of both.
approached, Bundy was given one final opportunity to speak publicly. He agreed to an interview with James Dobson, a prominent evangelical Christian. It was Bundy's last chance to spin his story, to leave the world with his version of the truth. During the interview, Bundy blamed his violent tendencies on an addiction to pornography, claiming it had fueled his murderous impulses. He expressed remorse, but the sincerity of his words was doubted by many. To the end, Bundy was a master manipulator, his every word calculated, his true motives impossible to decipher. After the interview at 6 p.m., Bundy was offered his last meal. Unlike many death row inmates who request elaborate final meals, Bundy chose not to make...
In between this, he met with the profilers and stuff, and was trying to steal stall and play cat and mouse games with information. They were trying to clear cases to see if they'd let him live longer.
A special request. Instead, he was served the standard last meal. Steak cooked medium rare, eggs over easy, toast with butter and jelly, milk and juice. Yet, Bundy barely touched the food. Whether it was due to his anxiety, fear, or something else, we may never know. What is clear is that his appetite had vanished, crushed under the weight of what was about to happen. By 8 p.m., the atmosphere around
Wait, did Florida not allow a last meal?
He was offered his last meal. Unlike many death row inmates who request elaborate final meals, Bundy chose not to make a special request. Instead, he chose not the standard last meal. Steak cooked medium rare. By 8 p.m., the atmosphere around Florida State Prison grew heavier. Outside the prison, a crowd began to gather. Some were there to protest the execution, but many had come to celebrate. For them, Bundy's death was a long-awaited moment of justice, a final act in a saga that had terrorized the nation. The air was changed with a grim sense of anticipation, the night alive with sounds of chanting and the flashing lights of news cameras. Inside his cell, Bundy, who had once boasted about being the most cold-hearted son of a bitch you'll ever meet, was now a broken man facing the ultimate reckoning. He met with the prison chaplain, who offered prayers and spiritual comfort, and later with his attorney, Holly Nelson, one last time. Nelson later described Bundy as being in a state of near panic, his bravado crumbling as the reality of his imminent death became impossible to ignore. Sleep eluded Bundy by 1 a.m. that night. He had been offered medication to help him rest, but whether he took it remains uncertain. The hours stretched on, each tick of the clock a reminder that time was running out. The distant clank of cell doors, the murmur of guards, and the occasional outburst from the crowd outside took on an eerie significance, a macabre soundtrack to his final night. Those present later remarked on how Bundy seemed to be grappling with the reality of his situation, fully aware that he had run out of options. At 6 a.m. on January 24th, 1989, Bundy was awakened and prepared for his execution. He was given time to shower and dress in clean clothes for the last time. The guards followed protocol with a somber precision, their actions marked by an understanding of the gravity of what was about to happen. As the time for his execution approached, Bundy was visibly nervous, but reportedly tried to maintain a stoic demeanor. He was offered a sedative to calm his nerves, but he declined. Whether this was an act of defiance or an attempt to face his death with full awareness remains unclear. Either way, Bundy was fully alert as the final minutes of his life approached. Around 6:30 a.m., prison officials arrived to escort Bundy from his cell to the execution chamber. The walk was short but heavy, with the weight of what was about to happen. Bundy was flanked by guards and prison officials as he made his way through the narrow corridors. Although he tried to appear composed, witnesses later reported that his fear was palpable. The reality of what was about to happen was unavoidable. At approximately 7 a.m., the room fell silent as Bundy was strapped into the electric chair, grimly known as Old Sparky, a device that had claimed the lives of many before him. He was secured at the wrists, ankles, and chest. His head had been shaved to ensure a better connection for the electrode cap, which was placed on his head, along with a saline-soaked sponge. Another electrode was attached to his right leg, and the ritualistic preparation for what was to come only heightened the sense of dread. The witnesses, 42 in total, including journalists, prison officials, and some of the victims' family members, watched in silence. Bundy's mother, Louise, was not present. Both she and Bundy had agreed that she should not endure the agony of witnessing his execution. When asked if he had any final words, Bundy looked at his attorney and spiritual advisor and simply said, "Jim and Fred, I'd like you to give my love to my family and friends." Then, the executioner pulled the switch, sending 2,000 volts of electricity coursing through Bundy's body. Witnesses reported seeing his body tense, contorted in pain, but the end came quickly. Within minutes, the lady killer was pronounced dead. The time of death was recorded at 7:16 a.m., marking the end of a chapter in American criminal history that had captivated and horrified the world. Outside the prison, the crowd erupted in celebration as news of Bundy's death was confirmed. Fireworks lit up the sky, cheers rang out, and signs waved triumphantly in the air. For many, Bundy's execution was a moment of justice, a symbolic end to the nightmare he had inflicted on so many. The chants of "Burn, Bundy, burn" echoed in the night, a collective exhalation of relief that the monster was finally gone. In the days that followed, Bundy's body was cremated. The fate of his ashes remains shrouded in mystery. Some reports suggest they were scattered in the Cascade Mountains, a place tied to many of his crimes, though this remains unconfirmed. There was no public funeral, no mourning for a man who had caused so much pain. His death was the final chapter in a story that had captivated and horrified.
That's crazy. Shout out to Crime Site. I like the style of his video. Give him a like and subscribe. Check him out. It's fucking crazy. That's what Bundy deserved. Oh wait, Suge Knight makes shocking claim. We got to hear
Most
this
important
first.
thing is it's got to be a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades. And at the same time, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true.
Suge Knight, the founder of Death Row Records and one-time enemy of Sean Diddy Combs, talks about Combs' arrest by the feds in an interview with News Nation. I look at what the one-time record company owner said about Combs from behind prison walls. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Suge Knight doesn't hold back. He might be in prison for killing a man, running him down with a car in Compton, but that doesn't mean he's not sharing what's on his mind, especially when it comes to Sean Combs. Combs, of course, is in a federal prison right now, being held without bond following his arrest on sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. Combs has pleaded not guilty to those charges, which appear at this point to involve one victim, Cassie Ventura, Combs' longtime ex-girlfriend, who sued him last November. Combs settled that lawsuit the next day. Then came a flurry of other November.
Can you imagine the fucking arrogance to sit there like that?
Combs' longtime ex-girlfriend, who sued him last November. Combs settled that lawsuit the next day. Then came a flurry of other lawsuits filed by other accusers, including women and even a man, record producer Rodney Little Rod Jones. The accusers claimed they were drugged and sexually assaulted by Combs. Combs has denied ever sexually assaulting anyone, but a video aired by CNN in May showed that Combs beat Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway back in 2016. This happened in Los Angeles. Combs apologized a couple of days later on Instagram. So what does Suge Knight have to say about this? And why is anyone interested in what he has to say? Well, Knight and Combs go way back, and it wasn't always pretty. In the mid-90s, there was the so-called East Coast, West Coast feud where Combs had rapper Biggie Smalls at Bad Boy Records and Knight had signed Tupac Shakur at his Death Row Records. Shakur was murdered in Vegas in 1996 and Biggie Smalls was shot to death in LA.
Damn, Biggie got the Rooski eye in that photo. Motherfucker, one is looking straight and the other one looking to the right.
The following spring. But that was a long time ago, almost 30 years ago now. And we're talking about what's going on in Vegas in 1990.
Got the Rooski eye. Oh, Biggs. Biggs, I think Biggs just fucked up.
96, and Biggie Smalls was shot to death in LA the following spring. But that was a long time ago, almost 30 years ago.
Isn't that funny how Tupac taken out and then the following spring, Biggie? Sean Combs was right there next to Biggie in the car. It's rumored that he was the actual target, not Biggie. But they ended up hitting the car Biggie was in.
Ago now. And we're talking about what's going on today and the allegations being made against Sean Combs. Suge Knight is currently doing time in a California prison for running.
About how, I don't know, Puff was like, keep driving, like he's inadvertently looking back, that Gene said that, he made it, and then they drove way out of the way to the other hospital when there was one like right around, it's crazy.
Running over a man and killing him. He'll be eligible for parole in 2034. Knight might be behind bars, but that doesn't
Still another decade.
mean he's not doing things or that he's
Be an old man then.
staying quiet. He actually has a lot to say.
We just have to really work hard back in the day.
Suge Knight actually hosts a podcast entitled Collect Call with Suge Knight, where he calls from prison and talks about a lot of things. And this week, he called Chris Cuomo.
Bro, if he can do that, then y'all see how dumb it was for them to get mad about fucking the books being on my panel. If he can collect call and talk over a stream, but technically only be talking to one party, I guess that depends if you're reading comments back. Shit, they're getting away with it.
On News Nation. And he had a lot to say about Sean Combs and what's going on with his case and the allegations of sex trafficking being made against him. One thing he talked about is whether or not he believes Sean Combs is safe being in jail. Sean Combs didn't want to be in jail. He wanted to post bail, a bail of $50 million, but the judge denied that request. He's in the MDC, and that's a federal prison with a really awful reputation. Knight was asked whether he thinks Combs is safe behind bars.
I don't ever want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because
Bruh, that's a motherfucking news outlet fucking talking to somebody locked up. And y'all wanted to give me shit for fucking having books on here. What the fuck?
Once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself, once they put him on suicide watch, you had a right to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no T-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You asshole naked in a cell as a crazy man. So
He ain't lying, bro. He ain't lying. He said you asshole naked in the cell as a crazy man. I mean, that is sort of how you treated women and men alike. Bro, they put me in, and I begged them one time. I was like, please don't put me in no turtle suit. Because they was having me answer questions, and I was going through intake, and I was being, cool as a cucumber, answering questions and all. I'm not giving them shit. And they're like, any history of suicide? And I'm like, or any thoughts? I'm like, no thoughts. Do have a past attempt. Went and got treatment for it voluntarily, and I explained it and everything, and they looked at one another, and I was like, what? And they're like, man, I don't know. And I was like, oh no, man. I'm like, that don't mean I'm feeling that way now. I looked at the other dude that kind of knew me. I was like, man, please don't put me in that motherfucking turtle suit. They didn't.
he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot. They're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Go to jail. One of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. If somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. Or they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we sign up for in life.
Suge Knight is obviously in prison, and we know a lot about him because he's a celebrity, of course. He grew up in Compton. He played football at UNLV, and then he came back to Compton and founded Death Row Records. But do you want to know more about him, maybe about his criminal and traffic records? I went to Truthfinder to see what I could find. Suge's first name is really Marion. I put in Marion Knight, and his criminal and traffic records come up. It shows Suge Knight was charged in 1994 with felony second-degree robbery and a misdemeanor in 2010. Now he's serving time for killing a man by hitting him with his car. Even if you're not in true crime, Truthfinder can show you things from a person's past and registered sex offenders near you. Also, you can use it to see what's online about yourself. You can get 50% off right now of confidential background reports. Just log on to truthfinder.com/LCCrimeFix and start accessing information about almost anyone. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was bad blood between Suge Knight and Sean Combs many years ago. But both Knight and Combs are fathers, and what happens to them impacts their children. Knight talked about how Combs being in prison is likely impacting his kids, and the accusers in the case, how this might be impacting their children as well.
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you and nobody else getting nobody to believe anything regarding him. Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing, because when you look at it, that man have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any about the next person. But it's not a gray area with me.
Now, I think anybody can empathize with children being impacted by their parents' situation and trauma. As the interview went on, talk turned to the freak-offs. Those are, of course, the alleged parties that were described in Cassie Ventura's civil lawsuits and that the U.S. attorney described when announcing the indictment.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
In the interrogation video.
And he often electronically recorded them.
They need
The
to
freak-offs
interview him.
sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Ain't got no
And that
basis
Combs hit,
throwing NBC.
threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair.
Yep.
On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims.
You don't want to be in no more freak-offs.
Days or weeks to heal.
Like Cat Williams said, when Diddy wants to party, you got to
the
tell
indictment
him
alleges
no.
that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing,
get your
by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance.
Days-long sex parties with sex workers where participants sometimes needed IVs to recover. It sounds awful. Suge Knight talked about where he thinks Sean Combs came up with this type of thing.
And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or get where he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true and what's not true. But the true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say what do people think, that's irrelevant.
So Suge Knight basically claims that Sean Combs learned this behavior from other higher-ups in the record industry based on how he was treated when he was younger.
Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was sexually abused and he now sexually abuses?
Call it what you
I
want,
think that's
but
absolutely right. I think
if not, he learned it.
he peeped what was done to him.
Maybe not
Like
through
I said,
abuse.
you look at Russell
Maybe he
Simmons,
got
you know
into
the
it from
truth.
someone else.
Andre Rail, you know the truth. Pride Davis, you know the
Introducing
truth.
him to that
Jimmy
fucked up shit.
Iovine, you know the truth. It was at a point where it's like a whole sex trade because you take Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls, she used to push the line for people to participate. She was messing with Jimmy Iovine when Jimmy Iovine was married to one of the most incredible women in the world named Vicky, and she used to go around and sing that song and change the lyrics to make it put Vicky down. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time.
Mm.
And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy do his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling and dead before the truth come out. So, first of all, you got to start with at the top. If you're starting with the top, Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Rail, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, it went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
So that's a really bold claim being made against other record executives, some really big names. Clive Davis vehemently denied the allegation in a statement to Cuomo, saying, "This is a completely fabricated thread being trafficked by an incarcerated felon. Mr. Knight's assertions about Clive Davis are 100% false, as nothing of the sort ever happened." But what is interesting is Suge Knight, Allen, this Clive Davis really bold.
So you know what? Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing. Even if Andre Rail, Jimmy Iovine, top. You starting with the top. Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Rail, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing. It went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
So that's a really bold claim being made against other record executives, some really big names. Clive Davis vehemently denied the allegation in a statement to Cuomo, saying, "Mr. Knight's ever happens. Sean Combs learned this behavior." Listen to what Combs's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, told the Art of Dialogue podcast recently.
When they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bro. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You got to
Love the
realize,
St.
man,
Louis
he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand?
Well, damn, that's two different people that really aren't cool, I don't think. I don't know if they're cool.
When those people are are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs. They was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's going to make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes.
So those are two people who knew Sean Combs, saying that Sean Combs learned this behavior which Sean Combs' attorney at this point has called consensual. Knight then offered his thoughts on the freak-offs.
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I had no choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, will you pass the test? I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably would take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, they had those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second,
but
Suge.
if you just look.
Suge,
all you got to do is
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry.
So that was kind of graphic, but this is what Suge Knight.
What the fuck?
Before that.
You just Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's
I didn't even understand half of that, but it sounded fucked up.
They used to have these guys, because he's going to take it offensive. We haven't did it. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, everybody know what's Usher. I don't like listening to Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, will you pass the test? I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably would take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg. They had those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know.
People haven't heard that before, but you think it's on
about it. Knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody that preachers, but you sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry.
So that was kind of graphic, but this is what Suge Knight is saying. And at one point, he ran in these circles. Knight also talked about Sean Combs, who he calls Puffy, because that's how he knew him in the 90s, as Puffy, being violent with Cassie Ventura and a woman he called Capricorn.
Jimmy, Security, and Puffy pulled up on Capricorn and started telling her that she got to settle with him. She got to take this money. She got to do this deal. And whooping her ass and doing all that they took her to. And guess what? She settled. She took the money. And the money didn't come from Puffy. It didn't come from Jimmy. came from Interscope or Universal. And they paid her through it like she was getting a paycheck for working there. And then they made the girl, I think she had to pay taxes on it. So that's even more crazier. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
So there you have Suge Knight saying that Sean Combs is not the only one. He's making these bold claims about the music industry. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty, as I've told you. Here's his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo.
His resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever he calls himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
It is one of the strangest interrogations we have ever covered here on Sidebar. And in light of
And
the
it's
criminal
taken on a
indictment
new
against music
turn.
mogul Sean Diddy
It's
Combs,
updated.
some people are seeing it in a whole new way. We're taking another look at the bizarre claims made by a man accused of shooting up one of former President Donald Trump's hotels and his connection to Sean Combs. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So as you know by now, rapper Sean Diddy Combs is facing sex trafficking and racketeering charges out in New York City, accused of using force and coercion to get people around him to facilitate and participate in so-called freak-offs.
He had so much baby oil.
Sessions that sometimes last for days at a time.
Yo,
Criminal indictment lays out the
I usually
allegations.
keep 100 bottles of baby oil, but 1,000's just too much, don't you think, Joe? 1,000 bottles of baby oil is just too much. You can't go over the 100 bottle limit. Anything more than 100 bottles.
The interrogation of a man named Jonathan Oddie. Now, this is a strange one, maybe some would say, an odd one. See what I did right there? So I want you to stay with me. So we go back to 2018. And Jonathan Oddie allegedly went into the Trump National Doral Miami Hotel and Resort in the middle of the night and ostensibly went on a rampage. The state attorney's office says that Oddie fired shots in the lobby and towards the chandelier, then draped a giant American flag across the front desk.
You ever
There was a
used
shootout
olive oil?
when Miami police got to the scene, and Oddie was shot in the leg and tried to hide, but he was taken into custody. He faces multiple charges: attempted murder, armed burglary, grand theft. Now you might be saying, well, why are you talking about him? What is his connection to Sean Combs? Well, once Oddie was released from the hospital, he did an interview with police where he repeatedly asked to speak with the FBI, the CIA, Secret Service, the media. And during that conversation, he brings up, of all people, Sean Combs. Now, here's the thing. You might say, Jesse, what are you about to talk about? Does this guy sound crazy? I'll leave that to you. But what he ends up saying back in 2018 is kind of eerie, thinking about what the allegations are right now. And for that, I want to talk about some specifics. And I want to bring in retired NYPD detective Tom Smith to talk more about this. Tom, thanks so much for coming on. We haven't had a chance to talk about the Sean Diddy Combs arrest, the indictment. I'll first ask you about...
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. I don't know about no motor oil, but chainsaw oil, but I'd be 2018 or 2016, the year of the election. I was,
Man, I was in my... You don't even want to know. I was in my prime.
oh shit, man, them were some good years. Well,
2016 was a fucking... It wasn't... I mean, it was full of challenges and stuff, but... And, you know, the tragedy of the wreck. But I did have a pretty good girlfriend at that time till she got restless.
When they are brought to them, they do not prepare for a trial.
Oh yeah,
they
she
put so
white
much
chick.
pressure.
She white chick. She was on birth control and everything, and then as soon as we had split, boy, she got with this one dude.
I swear to God, that motherfucker looked like a Dollar General version of me.
Motherfucker got her knocked up, pregnant.
point they're at right now. He has a lot to look forward to because, like I said, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District brings cases that are airtight, and they don't move forward until they're ready.
Hey, by the way, we really appreciate you guys coming over.
Yeah, she white. I'm just saying the dude looked like a fucking knockoff version of me. Like, he was skinny just like me, same type of color hair. It was crazy.
Upside. So this is so cool. Upside is a free app that helps you get cash back on daily essentials like gas and groceries. Real cash back.
Get
Money that
Upside,
appears in your
bitches.
Upside app that you can transfer
Or stop
straight into your bank
complaining.
account. Just the other day, I
Free
used
money
Upside to find a
back.
gas station. I claimed an offer. I pay with my credit card at the pump. Follow the steps on the app to get cash back. And you can use Upside at all different kinds of places, including restaurants, convenience stores. So to find out how much you can earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on screen and use our promo code SIDEBAR and you'll get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas.
Oh,
Check it out.
25 cents, bro.
And we spent a lot of Sidebar episodes so far breaking down the indictment, the charges, what might be to come, why they charged it this way. But now you see things that have come out. You see these videos that have come out. And I want to talk about this interview where Adi is rambling for a while and he's talking about different conspiracy theories. And then suddenly he mentions Combs.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boulets. The Boulets is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black.
Okay. Quick aside here, the Bull is a real thing. It's the senior leadership of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity. Our understanding, it's the oldest postgraduate fraternity founded by and for Black men. It was secret in the beginning, but not anymore. It's been rumored that Sean Combs might be a member, but he's not. Tom, first let's start there. When you're interviewing somebody like this, who allegedly just shot up a public property, you have to take what he says with a grain of salt, I imagine, but you don't want to just ignore everything he's saying, right?
No, not at all. And you know what? I was always taught when you're doing an interview like that, you do more listening than you do talking. And you let them talk because it's amazing what people will bring up when they're in the situation that this individual was in. People will give up anything they've had in their back pocket, experiences they've had, or who they've had them with will all come out during interviews like this. And you have to kind of break it into categories of believable, 50%, 25%, and 25%. You know, you have to break up what you're listening to, but you don't stop listening and you take notes. And there's a way to kind of go about doing it in not getting him off track. If he starts to go down a road that's really weird, you can always say, hey, hold on to that for a minute. I'm interested in that, but hold on to that for a minute. We're going to go back to this. The Diddy information is really interesting because that can be pushed back and seen if he's actually where he was at that time. But the information that he was given during that interview was really interesting because it's all true right now.
Let's talk about what he said in the interview. So Adi claims that Combs is connected to this larger agenda to try and run the world. And as Adi starts to talk about Combs, he reveals something that the detectives really weren't expecting.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right?
Now, Cassie is Cassandra Ventura. This is Combs' ex-girlfriend who filed the initial civil lawsuit against him last November, really kickstarted this entire legal story because we saw after that a whole slew of other lawsuits that came out. And eventually this led to the federal criminal indictment. And while she isn't named specifically in the indictment, she is believed to be the person identified as victim number one in this indictment. It's with respect to the sex trafficking charge. And her story in her lawsuit and the accusations in the indictment seem to line up. And Cassie claims that Combs abused her for almost their entire 10-year relationship, using his money and influence to keep her from leaving. She claims Combs would have male escorts brought to his home or hotel rooms where these freak-off sessions would occur, these elaborate setups were reportedly filmed, complete with lighting and support staff. Thousands of bottles of lubricant and baby oil have been found during the course of this investigation. And Combs reportedly used these sessions
I'm
for his own
sorry, I cannot
gratification.
laugh at that.
But he
I
also
can't
held on
help
to the
but laugh
videos
at
as
that.
collateral against whomever might be featured on them. And Cassie
This
says that this
motherfucker coming out with all that baby oil, like this is a freak, man. This is a freak. Like he's a cuck, bro. Like he sat there and jacked off while she got
what was
fucked.
going on from an elaborate camera setup in the home. So Tom, this interview is from
He's over in the
2018.
corner.
The fact that he is referencing this before Cassandra Ventura's lawsuit, before the indictment, before all of this came out, before all of us knew what a freak off was, that is really chilling and kind of gives us pause.
Yeah, it corroborates everything that is going on right now. And this guy becomes a witness. You know, he may have just stated this during a random interview back in 2018, but now he's a witness in the present day. They're going to go to him to see what else he knows. Now, when you have an individual like this, when you get him in this session now of being a witness and you can kind of guardrail.
Yeah, now he is a witness. That's damn straight. If they can find his ass.
Let me
I'm
ask
sure
you
he's
something.
still locked up.
If you had a chance to fuck J-Lo, would you fuck her and then, except you had to let Diddy watch you and he had to jack off, would you?
Bro, no, ain't nobody ever watching shit.
No?
Number one, I'd get performance anxiety, first of all. Number two, that's just creepy. Number three, no. Number four, no. Number five, no. And number six, hell fucking no.
I do it, you know, I do J-Lo, fuck that, you know. But I tell Diddy, I said,
well, not with Diddy watching. That wasn't the question.
You sit in that fucking chair and don't say a fucking thing. I'm going to town on your bitch, fucker. You know, I'd do her. J-Lo, that's a dime piece, bro.
So can you imagine this motherfucker sitting there and being like, all right, hey, Audie, yes, master. Hey, motherfucker, I want you to fuck this bitch. But that's Cassie. Yeah, I know it. Please, puppy, please. No, shut up. Now go grab one of them baby oils. We got thousands of them. Go grab. I just can't imagine. This shit is so bizarre, man. I can't help but laugh at it. Otherwise, you'd fucking want to just get so mad you burst a blood vessel. Like, this dude deserves to be fucking under the jail if this shit is true. Like, this shit needs to be stamped out. People need to know this can't fucking go on.
High grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine. I've drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
All right, so Tom, what do you make of this? Because again, the question is
he drinks
credible?
liquid cocaine?
Is the government relying on him? Maybe they're getting information from him, but maybe they won't call him as an actual witness at trial. What do you take away from it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not anticipating him taking a stand if this even goes to trial. But what you want to do is you want to get his story out there. And what can the investigators do as well? You take his picture and you show it to other witnesses that are now cooperating. Who is this guy? Start kind of backtracking to who he is and get into.
All right, that's enough. But the feds would love that guy. Like, the feds would love for Diddy to fucking challenge this because they got his ass dead to rights.
Yeah, there's no getting out. He's got to flip.
I mean, number one, they've got a 90-something% conviction rate. I don't know if it's 97, 96. It's fucking up there. They take pride in that fucking conviction rate. Number two, they just lost the conviction to fucking Boosie. So they're gonna get this one. That's why, I mean, you saw how They raided his ass out of nowhere when he was probably still thinking, all I gotta do is deal with these lawsuits and keep my head down. Da da da. Motherfucker, all of a sudden his shit gets raided, then he starts pacing at the fucking airport, getting in contact. And then from then on, it was on.
Yeah, he knows it. The only way for him to get out is to flip. He's got to turn in somebody higher than him. Who told him to do it?
You know what though? I think even if that Clive dude, let's say some of them had parties like that and he saw it, he ain't gonna be able to probably corroborate or get anybody turn against them and be like, yeah, he's telling the truth. I was there too, whatever. Like, I can't see it. I think this is just a case of him and him only. Like, and whoever, like, maybe some of the ones like Cuba Gooding Jr. and some of the other people has been around him. I mean, that's what one of the lawsuit people alleged.
Well, look at it this way, Square. What if it's a case where, they had him dead to rights about 20 years ago when they said the only way that you can get out is you got to set people up. So we're going to set up elaborate camera systems in your house and you got to film them doing fucking
I mean,
shit.
that would be really elaborate, but I mean, sure, it's possible. But that would be really elaborate, pre-planned, done back in the day when all of this was hush-hush and not even talked about. And I mean, that's a little.
That's what they did with Epstein. Epstein was working for the CIA. There's no way that he wasn't, or either that or Israel.
You think he was working for Israel? What do you have like against Israel?
No, what I'm saying is because Ghislaine Maxwell, her father Robert Maxwell, was a Mossad agent, and he was mysteriously killed. I think he was thrown over a boat or something. There's some.
Look, they do okay. I'm not making excuses, really. Some people will see it as that. But you got to look at it from the perspective of an Israelite, or, they have been challenged and, fighting with fucking Hezbollah and all of them over there forever, trying to just preserve their state, their little, slice of land of the pie, so to speak. And you've got all these interests that want to,
I realize
so,
that. Yeah, they're bribing and extorting politicians and celebrities, and that's okay? No. Epstein had more politicians and shit than he did celebrities.
You got to prove it. It's got to be able to be proven though, beyond a reasonable doubt.
The black book is somewhere, and if Ghislaine Maxwell ever gets out or can talk or whatever, she's gonna talk.
She's had interviews. She can talk in jail. She just ain't choosing to. Like, I mean,
she's holding on to her cards. I'm sure she'll talk when the deal is good. She's not out of jail yet.
No, she's sentenced, bro. She's got 20 years. If not a little bit more.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna end up. She'd be lucky if she makes it out of there an old lady.
Their medical code food, I don't know.
Yeah, we're making brownies again tonight, Brownie.
The good kind?
The good kind.
Wow.
You got some homemade eggs. Well, not homemade. Well, you know what I mean.
Farm raised. Yeah.
And they're brown.
You're not going to do that egg trick that Diddy was talking about.
Can't even fucking talk. Let's see. We need oil. Mix. Please tell me these are so good.
Preheat the oven, don't forget.
They are good.
How long did it take last time? 35 minutes?
I just wondered if they went stale. No, it took about 45, 50. I got them just a little bit too. I got them a little bit too hard for my liking last time. Not too bad, but just a little crunchy on the top.
Well, that pan that you used, that takes a long time to heat up. You got to use something thinner. You don't got to like a cake pan or something. You got to using that thick frying pan. That takes a long time to heat up.
It's not really that thick. It's not really that thick, but it's a metal pan because we had a kitchen stopped or everything.
You don't got a pie
Over
tin or
time,
something?
whenever we moved from
You got aluminum foil?
family home, we took a major downsize, and a lot of that was given to family members. Stuff my grandma's that she used to bake and cook in. I baked and cooked in it. All that stuff we don't have anymore, unfortunately. We kept some of it, but we didn't keep it all.
You got any aluminum foil? Just make double up aluminum foil and make like a pie tin out of the aluminum foil.
Okay, we don't need. I need 2/3 cup of oil. So hold on, man. One. And on this one, I don't do a full because I gotta mix some of it with the.
Are you going to use vegetable oil for the brownies?
Yeah,
Or
but
baby oil?
but I gotta mix a little. Come on now. I gotta mix a little bit of it with this last bit of distillate I got. Well, hot butter. Yeah.
Ghee, I think
I
that's
don't know what it is.
Ghee. Ghee.
I mixed it up and heated it earlier. It's kind of got a workable consistency. I'm probably gonna heat it up for a second.
What'd you do? Crack open a vape and put the vape stuff in there?
No, of course not. Fucking, an oil like you could take orally. It's already decarbed. All I gotta do is just put it in butter, and that's what I do. Let that heat up a second. Okay, so I got that. Now I need to
baking powder.
1/4 cup of water. What do you think of Rooski and Bambi?
Are they
Could make a
an
good
item
couple.
now?
Oh yeah.
Really?
This is done. I want that to fucking boil over. Now, take. It says 2 of these eggs, but these eggs are kind of small, so we may need to use 3.
If you got a blender, you could just throw them in the blender just with the shell and all. That's good for you. That's got calcium.
Yeah, I'm not putting the shit in there. Man, Farm-raised eggs are hard to get open.
That's because of the thick shell.
Yeah.
Those aren't no Dollar General eggs. Those are good eggs.
Yeah, you got that right. I don't want to put enough. I don't want to put more than 2 eggs in there, but you can't. Do you think one of these is a regular size as an egg at the store?
No, they're a
little
bit smaller. Little bit. You could go with 3. It don't matter.
I'll just do somewhat. I won't get it all in there. Relaxing. Substitution 3 whole eggs, so it says that's fine.
You got sweet and low? Put some sweet and low in there.
I don't need no sweet one. I just fucking Pillsbury.
It's better if you make it a little bit sweeter.
It's kind of sweet, I think.
Well, chocolate's bitter. That's why I'm saying if you add a little bit of sugar or sweet and low, it tastes better.
There is 17 grams of sugar already in there.
I know. That's why you use sweet and low.
No, I don't use aspartame. I despise it. I think it's responsible for dementia and Alzheimer's, as well as a bunch of other people do too. I wish my grandparents didn't ever use it.
You didn't give any to your grandfather from the last batch, huh?
No, because he knows what they are. He's not stupid. I tell him. I'm honest with my granddad about everything. He's the one person I can be honest with that won't judge me that bad.
Did you tell him about me?
No offense, but why would I do that?
Well, today you had 71 people in your chat. You haven't had that in over 3 weeks. All of a sudden, Joe Barron gets on there, and what happens? 71 people. That's what happens.
It was a combination of factors.
I don't know about that. You were hovering around 39. As soon as I get up there, what happens? Over 70. Over 70, bro.
You were back there with 3 other people. So what about them? Don't they get any of the credit too?
No, because they weren't on long. You probably would have had 100, but you started booting people. You had all the W's going. You would have had it all lined up. Fucking WWW.
I had a little extra water because it's really thick, and I got a lot of shaking to the side.
Sprinkle some weed on the top, though. Last time you didn't do it. I told you to do it that way.
I've mixed the butter into it, and then I hand mix this and knead it. That's how I do it.
Wash your hands first.
They're all going in my system.
Still, come on. You don't want to get bacteria in there.
I'm not even touching anything.
You got gloves?
I'm not even going to, I'm not going to gloves, for Christ's sake. Mixing brownie batter, not fucking taking blood.
Still, it's a good habit to cook your food like treat it like
Gordon Ramsay doesn't use gloves.
Yeah. Let me ask you, if you were cutting onions and you like cut your finger and like got blood all over the like vegetables that you were cutting, would you throw that in the soup or would you be like, oh fuck it, I gotta start over? guess that means you'd put the bloody onions in the soup.
I ain't listening to you right now. I'm trying to make this and show it off a little bit. That's all.
All right.
My videos aren't like Bandy's fake cooking videos
All right.
and
You
shit.
do your stuff, and then I'll do the play-by-play. Hold on. Good evening,
We don't
folks.
need no play-by-play.
Well, let me do it because it's kind of quiet here. Good evening, folks. If you're just tuning in, Square is making brownies. At this point, he's added the eggs and the powder and the oil and the butter, and it's going in. He's mixing it by hand. He says, "Forget it."
Butter.
Who needs to wash the hands? It's going in his mouth anyways. So he's kneading that dough, and how's the consistency?
Dough, it's batter, you idiot.
Batter dough. It's batter now. Later it'll be dough. It'll be brownie dough as soon as it's all mixed together. How's the mixing process going?
It's fine. I just added the whatchamacallit, the non-stick cooking oil to the pan.
Mixing is going well.
So it comes out easy.
Okay, the non-stick oil is added. He's gonna give it another 2 minutes, folks. This may be the best brownie mix Jagger has ever made.
You see it going in? Do you see it going in?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going in nice. We got good consistency, good viscosity. It's going in. He's almost done here. Looks like he cleaned up the kitchen, didn't you, you son of a bitch? Looking good. Almost there. Whack that thing on the side of the pan, the wood spoon. Whack it. Batter transfer almost complete, folks. He's just getting the last bits of it now. And there it is. There it is, folks. That's looking good, Square. Whoa. This cooking segment brought to you by Duncan Hines. Brownie mix. Or is that Betty Crocker? Pillsbury. All right. This cooking segment brought to you by Pillsbury.
That's good. I tell you not to eat this, but can't help it. That's plenty sweet. And you want to sweeten it with artificial sweetener.
Just 2
How
packets.
dare you?
2 packets of Sweet and Low will do it. What about banana? I see you got banana on the counter. Why don't you mash up a banana, make it a banana brownie?
You want to ruin my brownies. What do you want to do?
Nah. You'll ruin it yourself. You don't need my help. You're gonna pass out. You're gonna pass out and forget about it. And smoke detector's gonna be waking your ass up.
Keep talking that shit. You want? I'm gonna make sure to stay up just so you can see when it come out.
I want to see it.
And there's another. That's a waste. Wish I could scrape on this the pan, but can't get it Probably some oil in this.
Put some milk in there and just let it sit. Then drink the milk.
Not a bad idea.
You know?
But I think I may be wrong.
You don't got a whisking, a whisker, a soup whisker, a stew whisker.
I got it. I'll put one thing of milk in that, and it'll be like what you call it,
chocolate shake.
Keep bringing I can just lick it all up. If I drink milk, I'm gonna get sleepy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't need even doing the milk. My granddad will want that for cereal.
Did you preheat the oven or you forget to do that?
Dude, I did that long before I even got the brownie mix out.
Okay. Just checking. That's all.
Needs to be preheated, otherwise it'd be shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
42 minutes, right?
Milk chocolate brownie. No, it's technically 35, but 45 at the latest instead of 55 this time.
Well, last
Brownie,
time
you want an egg? You want an egg brownie? Well, I guess a dog would like an egg. I've seen dogs fed raw given quail eggs and stuff, so I guess
That's
you
good.
technically could eat an egg.
Fuck yeah.
I've seen dog owners put raw meat and put a quail egg in there and a bunch of other stuff. You'd like an egg, wouldn't you, Brownie?
The egg whites is the protein.
I just can't afford to switch into like raw feeding right now. Otherwise I might. I've been considering it. This is what Brownie does now. He uses these, and then we're gonna brush your teeth. You ready to brush your teeth? Say no. Come on.
What are you going to use? Steel wool?
No. I've got a CET dual-ended toothbrush.
Okay.
Come on, Brownie. Come on. He's like, oh no, the bathroom. Come on. Good boy.
Did that sebaceous
And then
cyst heal all up?
Then I've got some CET. No, it hasn't healed all up completely. It may never. Unless I get it removed surgically. And I've got some CET dual or enzymatic toothpaste.
To make that?
No, that's just what he's got.
Cincinnati. Never heard of it.
Well, that's what it is. It's beef flavor.
Huh.
So he likes it. Well, so far. Yeah, sit for me, buddy. Smile. Smile. Oh, stop licking. The only problem is he licks constantly. Can't get him to just. You gotta stop. Can't have you licking the toothpaste all off. Oh well. That's why I end up having to put more toothpaste on it because I'm scared he's licking most of it. And then brushing his teeth is a bitch. Stop, Granny.
Well, the toothpaste ain't gonna do anything unless you brush them. You're just giving him a treat.
Well, duh. That's what I'm doing is brushing.
I know. Well, get in there and fucking get all of them.
Be telling me how to brush my dog, Steve. I know how to do it.
You didn't do yours.
Come here, Brownie. Come here. Don't let you go up there. Kick you off this panel so quick. Let's not.
What I do?
You slumming it still with old Rich Newbuck? Old New Cook?
You know what he did? He's banned. He's banned from my show. He goes, oh, I'll play this video, Joe. And some guy sticking a cucumber up his ass. He porn bombed me. He's done.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did. Go watch the show. Half an hour. He's yucking it up. He had this video, security cam video of some guy sticking a cucumber up his ass. He played it on my fucking live stream, not on his. Fuck him. That's why Rusty got rid of him. And then, you know what he did? You know what Newbuck did? You know, on his way out, he figured he's going to blow it up. He DM'd Rusty and said, hey, you know, whatever. I know I'm not going to be on your show, but don't take Joe as a substitute. Don't use him as your co-host. And he like fucking bashed me on that shit. It's like, what? Why not just leave and just go away? Why the fuck you have to bash me? And then he said that like I wanted to like change Rusty's show and like do interviews and have music and do skits. I never said anything about doing skits and doing music. He just fucking he's not on my good list. Let me say that. I'll just say that right up front. Newbuck.
Oh, I don't believe it.
You bring him up. I get it. I get the joke, Square. You fucking watched the whole fucking video. You saw the whole
I know I
damn
didn't.
thing.
I just don't believe it.
Well, watch the video and you'll watch for a half an hour. He's yucking it up, showing a fucking security cam video of some dude in Florida, whatever, in an alley, propping up a cucumber in some lady's car grill and then like backing into it on my show. You know, it's not like I fucking have live streams like every night, like Newbuck. You know, I only have them like once a month. It's kind of like supposed to be a special event because I'm supposed to have it planned and have the show, you know, like kind of go towards the agenda items and stuff. Newbuck comes on, and then it's fucking all the time. Whenever Newbuck comes up, fucking numbers go down. That's what it is. He's fucking sabotaging me, and he sabotaged me with fucking Rusty. I know it, because I'll tell you what happened, Square. The 2 days before, I said, hey, Rusty, if you need me to be a substitute co-host, you know, I'll fill in, whatever. And Rusty said, duly noted, Barendorf. And then fucking after like 2 days after Rich fucking blew it up.
And Rich was paying right attention when he said it.
Yeah, probably. Because Rusty then's like, well, I don't think I want another co-host. I'm just gonna do it solo. Fucking Newbuck sabotaged me. That's what it is. That's why I'm pissed off. And then he comes on my live stream on Saturday and I have that fucking nonsense. Fuck that. Fortnite playing ass. You know? I don't need that nonsense.
I need just one more little brush. One more little. We go over a bunch. I like to go over some individual teeth with this small end. Because they really bad. Let me brush it with the wet one. And you're good. You're done.
Does that help with his breath?
Feel better? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Feel better? Hmm? You smell like Lamborghini. You know it? Go on. Look at him doing his little dance. Yeah. Do your little dance, man. Do your little dance. Circle. Yeah. He just came outside and went, just did a little twirl. He's happy. You got your teeth cleaned, didn't you? Come on, boy. You got plenty of water, plenty of food. What you want? What do you want?
Did you set
You
the
want me to give
timer
you
on
a
your
treat
brownies?
now after? Yeah, you want me to give you a treat now after I just brushed your teeth? I can't give you a treat.
Did you boot me? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh, really? Oh, I will do. You still there, Barendorf?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
My name is Barendorf. Barendorf. They call me Barendorf. Which sword is that?
No.
think the fucking browser is lost.
I'll be all right, Penelope. I'll be all right. You know I love you. Nah, I'll be all right, Penelope. I'll be all right. You know I love you.
Oh, Bundy. And this is the beautiful Penelope.
Still trying to figure out
Wait,
how
you
you
can't
got
see
them
it.
jeans. Getting freaky in my bed, straight body, my lips. Kissing me all day, I got the magic stick. Next, you my everything, bitch. You the girl of my dreams. Still trying to figure out how you got them jeans. Getting freaky in my bed, straight body, my lips. Kissing me all day, I got the magic stick. Next, you my everything, bitch.
That's
You
the
the girl
girl
of
that
my dreams.
fucking
Still trying to figure out how you
Muggsy,
got them jeans. Getting freaky in my
she
bed,
is that.
straight body, my lips. Kissing me all day, I got the magic
Bad.
stick. Next, you my everything, bitch.
You
You the
call me
girl
a
of my
simp,
dreams.
I don't give a fuck. Anybody says she's not beautiful, I mean, fuck, Muggsy fucking liked her.
I got the magic stick.
And she will whip your ass. This is what he said to her.
Yeah, you love me? You love me? Fuck you out of here.
Hey, Zeus, what's up?
I hate to see if you hate me. No, you love
I
the
didn't even notice you
motherfuckers
down
that
there,
shit
bud.
on you.
Thanks for coming.
And let me
Good to see
find
you.
out you're following Amazon
I
on
need to see where
Instagram. Let me find that shit out.
see if Britt or
I'll come to
T's
the house and
around.
put a knife through your fucking neck.
Fucking
Yeah,
piece
you
of
love
shit.
me? You love me? Fuck you out of here. I hate to see if you hate me.
I love playing this because it pisses him
That
off.
shit on you.
Yeah, he was really pissed.
And let me find out you're following Amazon on Instagram. Let me find that shit out. I'll come to the house and put a knife through your fucking neck.
Over following
You
somebody
love
on
me?
Instagram, and people
You
say
love me?
I'm
Fuck outta
controlling
here.
like Hitler. That's Hitler.
I hate to see if you hate me. No, you love the motherfuckers that shit on you. And let me find out you're following Amazon on Instagram. Let me find that shit out. I'll come to the house and put a knife through your fucking neck.
That's all that needs to be said, really, about him. Where's the crying short? Hey, let me give you a wrench, Zeus. Oh, he's talking about you? Wait. That's to Penelope, right? You mean he's talking about her, right? The only other short I see about a voice message from him is this one.
Nah, I'll be all right, Penelope. I'll be all right. You know I love you. Nah, I'll be all right.
That seems a little fake. Yeah, he hates you, I know. He hates me too, but I'm saying this right here is him talking to her.
Yeah,
right?
you love me? You love me? Fuck
Because he
outta
wouldn't
here.
be saying that to you. But yeah, I get what you mean though. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's another example of a deadly. And that's funny because he was trying to lecture Deadly about not being possessive and shit like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, Least mug. I mean, the only thing he's got is like semi good taste.
Broke ass, cheap ass. We're sorry.
You know, and I like what she does for work too. Respect. Yep. Yeah, I know he was in here earlier today. Sorry you and Penelope wasn't around.
It's only white people equating slavery to owning an abortion. Not once have I heard one black or woman of color.
Faith, do you want to come up here? Because apparently color matters.
I would like to hear from a woman of color, why
Sure,
that
Faith,
is racist.
come on up here. Why are you pro-life, Faith?
I am pro-life because life begins in the womb at conception. Our personhood, our rights should not be based on having to be human plus something else. That's exactly what happened with slavery, where we were told that you have to be human plus not black. And now we're saying that you have to be human plus a certain age, or human and in a different location. And so really what abortion is age-based discrimination.
Black people weren't seen as humans.
They weren't seen as human beings. As a Black woman and as a person who got my degree in biology, life does begin at conception.
It's only white people equating slavery to owning an abortion. Not once have I heard.
Well, if liberal got destroyed. Sentenced to 120 years.
One last kiss before you leave to your significant other. One last cigarette. One last meal. Because today is sentencing day, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't know if we're going to make it back home. If you're new to this channel, we talk about all things prison and crime related, including...
I can't find that Bill the Butcher account. I'm like wondering, like, did Pan B have a dude take it down so I couldn't play those videos? That's so pathetic. She acts like she owns Tony Pizza, like nobody else can laugh at him or anything.
Including the courtroom sentencing days. I have two clips of individuals being sentenced today. One is a former police officer, I believe, from Washington.
How many more minutes we got on that?
And the other clip is about an individual who had a standoff with the
30
police.
minutes.
And then he has a
30?
little bit of a standoff with the judge during
29,
sentencing.
technically.
Let's get into that clip first, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. If you enjoyed this kind of content, we drop it every single day. Coming out of Vancouver, Washington, Matthew Hastings, 28, is being charged for a 20-hour standoff at which Matthew Hastings wounded a police officer and a hostage.
Mr. Hastings, is there anything you wish to say, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hastings, did you graduate from high school, sir?
No.
Okay, let me give you a little thumbnail sketch of the American system of government. Mr. Hastings, don't press your luck with me, son.
Let me give you a little thumbnail sketch of something. And then he goes on to say that shit. That has nothing to do with what he said he was going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the judge and the defendant get into a little bit of a heated discussion. And it's not too good to get into a heated discussion with the judge who's about to sentence you. For some reason, this judge has it out for him. He goes in to ask him if he has anything to say, and he doesn't say anything smart aleck or rude. He just simply says no. I can understand how the emotions in the courtroom could be high because he did shoot an officer. But at the same time, the judge always should keep his composure.
Don't press your luck with
what? You gonna sentence me? Is that what you're gonna do?
You know what, Mr. Hastings? I am.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
I don't really want to care why. Just get on with
You shut your damn mouth, sir.
I'm not going to shut my mouth.
Next time, I'm going to have you gagged.
Gag, huh?
You're right, I am.
Have me gagged.
Mr.
Oh my God, this man Hastings, you are kind of funny, bro.
He's like having me gagged.
This judge is all over the place, man. He said, I am going to sentence you, and let me tell you why. I'm about to gag you. This judge don't know what to do with this dude, man. Look at his damn attorney, man. He can't believe it. It's horrible video quality, but you can still tell he can't believe it. But just like a good attorney does, they keep on writing for no damn reason. Right. Let's keep on writing so they think we're doing something. He's probably writing a farewell letter to his defendant. You just been smoked, bruh.
Mr. Hastings, based upon your conduct in this court, your conduct in the community, I am accepting the state's recommendation.
Good. Thank you. I'll take another.
Mr. Hastings.
Oh, take another, sir.
Things is
He
in
knows
contempt
his
of court
fuck.
at this point, counselor. I see the attorney's
That's why
back in
he's
chambers for a
doing it.
moment, please.
Why did he pull the attorneys in the back room? I have no idea. He's probably confirming how much smoke he can give them. Now, while the attorneys and prosecution is back in the office with the judge, he's about to run his mouth to the arresting officers that are sitting in the back.
Peace. You're a failure. And your little partner allegedly got shot. You'll want me out there on the streets.
Stacey, for the record, Mr. Hastings, I see no reason not to stick with the decision I made.
Absolutely. I'm thankful for that, Your Honor. That's great.
You're wasting your time with me now, Mr. Hastings. I know how to handle a guy like you. The only thing I can say to you on behalf of all the citizens of this community, bye-bye.
Thank you. That's great. Is that it? 2 words? Bye-bye?
Oh, God. Look, I ain't gonna lie, man. Matt Hastings, you're a funny guy. He is just calm and collective, man, pushing that judge's buttons.
I push my button, son? Please.
Holy crap, he said pushing buttons. I swear I didn't know he said pushing buttons. That's crazy. I'm like a mind reader today. Let's rewind that.
Try to push my button, son? These police officers have been told by me that they're not to react.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Mr. Buckley, you
want me to make these police react? Is that what you...
It's because of me these deputies are not attacking you. I told them to stand down. And for real, this judge is tripping, man. What type of judge would say some stuff like that, man? I'm sure there's a lot of emotion involved in this case, but still, a judge should always hold their composure, regardless of what this guy's saying or what he did. And this old man, I can guarantee, has smoked plenty of boots purely off of emotion.
Please, of course, Your Honor.
Hastings, calm down now.
In his chair until we are concluded.
Calm down, Hastings.
Hold on.
Don't call my bluff.
You're really helping your case in front of the Court of Appeals. They're going to see this entire record, sir.
Hey, they're going to see your entire record, too. They're going to see how you're running your mouth, Your Honor. Bye-bye. We know how to handle kids like you, son. Okay.
And he's right. Who says that to a grown-ass man? We know how to handle kids like you, son. I'm going to gag you. Bye-bye. I mean, this judge is just doing all kinds of extra shit.
Judge does get put under scrutiny.
Yeah, they're going to see that, too. Remember, you're on record just like me. And he is absolutely correct, ladies and gentlemen. This judge gets reprimanded for his actions. And I believe Hastings' appeal was shut down as well. So they both lost in this situation. They're talking shit back and forth. The judge gets reprimanded, and later on down the road, he loses his appeal, which I'm guessing it's because of a clip like this. Like the judge just said, this is recorded, and your appeals judge will see everything that's taken place. And that's what I tell everybody. Even if you're going in front of a judge to be sentenced for murder, keep your damn composure, because you never know what could happen in appeals. Now, in the clip, it didn't show the judge saying how much time he got, but I'll let you know right now he was sentenced to 120 blickums. That smoke right there, my friends, is longer than any line at Disneyland. Former Covert Township police officer Eric Fritz accepted a plea deal and was convicted on a charge of unlawful imprisonment. Michigan State Police said after pulling over a man and woman for drunk driving, Officer Fritz took the man to jail, but drove the woman to a hotel where they had sex. Now, before we get into this clip, I got to paint a little bit of a picture for you, because this case was crazy, man. I'm not going to get into the details. I'll let you do your own research, because it gets deep. Just imagine you and your old lady or whoever, maybe a friend, just left the bar, got pulled over by an officer because you're drunk. The officer then takes the man to jail, probably because he was driving. And he doesn't let the woman drive back because she's drunk as well. So what does he do? He helps her to the hotel room and somehow ends up sleeping with the woman. How in the hell does that even happen? I don't know about y'all, but if I was an officer, I'd be terrified to sleep with anyone on duty. I don't care if it's consensual or not. This dude lost his mind. Can you imagine if that was her boyfriend that he took to jail? Damn, that would have been horrible. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just thinking, guy and girl driving home drunk. Chances are they might be a couple.
And sir, you are Eric Fritz. Yes, Your Honor. And you're here today with your attorney, Mr. Grable. Have you had a full and complete opportunity to consult with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you face today a possible maximum penalty of 15 years in prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you ready for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. As a police officer who took an oath to protect and serve the community, what you did to me was wrong. You knew I was highly intoxicated, yet you used that as a selfish opportunity. My life has been forever changed. Every aspect of my life has been affected. My children have struggled. My friends, family, and loved ones have watched me through a year of hell. I can't see a police vehicle without feeling fear or be reminded of what happened.
So that woman speaking is the victim in the situation, the girl that got taken to the hotel after her man was locked up, or friend, whichever or. And this is what they call a victim impact statement, I believe, where they just take the stand and tell how much they're hurt by the situation.
I made a poor decision to have too many drinks, putting myself in a vulnerable position. I don't remember leaving the bar that night. My friends had arranged for another person to drive my car, and I was far too intoxicated.
Her friends arranged for another person to be in the car because she was too intoxicated. So he was just some random. He ain't gonna have that bad of a night in jail. But damn, if it was his wife or something, shit, I couldn't even imagine that, man.
I had no idea the driver was also intoxicated and would get pulled over by a police officer. Mr. Fritz, anything you wish to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor. First, I'd like to apologize to my friends and family who I've actually let down. I'd also like to apologize for my coworkers who I embarrassed by my decisions. I'd also like to apologize to the people of Courtroom Township for my actions that night. And I actually would like to apologize for missing for my horrific decision of offering her a hotel room. I never should offer her a hotel room in the first place. It never should happen. I never should put her in that situation.
Damn, this dude's fucked up.
Well, that was a good apology. He saved the apology for the victim for last, and he's saying that he apologizes. He should never have offered to get a hotel room. Let me just say this, all right? I've been to many, many bars and clubs.
That's practically great.
And I've gotten pissy ass wasted.
Because he's a police
even when
officer.
I'm pissy wasted, if I see another girl that's completely out of it as well, I know better than to go mess with that jank, because you never know. You wake up the next day and have second thoughts about the whole situation. What the hell is this good-looking tattooed guy doing in my bed? He's good looking, but I don't even remember this. Some people it's all right. It was consensual. They remember somewhat of the situation, and some people wake up not remembering shit, and they feel like they were taken advantage of. So you got to be very careful with these individuals that have been drinking all night in them clubs, man.
That's why I do not drink, and like I have never, except for when I was married, I've never been,
You don't go to nightclubs?
Of course, we were married. No, I didn't ever go to a nightclub. Like I smoked around people and stuff. I mean, I remember like there had been some light drinking of beer, but I never was sloshed or have been with anyone that was sloshed like that. Like he's completely right though in what he's saying.
Law enforcement oath of honor to protect and to serve and to uphold the highest of ethical standards. Instead, you preyed upon an exploited, damaged woman, a woman who was entirely helpless due to excessive intoxication. Even more disturbing to this court is the fact that you use your badge and the authority and power it grants you as a means to implement your criminality. You betrayed her.
Yeah.
You betrayed your fellow officers. You betrayed mightily the public trust all of us had. For sentencing, do you still wish to waive your right to lawyer for sentencing today? Thank you. And if you
Looks like his wife or someone kissed him goodbye. He still has some support from the home front, I'm guessing. Now, just like the last clip, it doesn't show the judge actually sentenced this dude to jail or prison, but I would like for y'all to guess really quick in the comments section what you think this individual got for unlawful imprisonment. Unlawful imprisonment, ladies and gentlemen. How much time did this officer get?
They should have got more.
You know, it's a year. It's a year and 5 probation.
1 year. I believe he was sentenced to 5 years, but he only had to do 1 of the 5. The rest were suspended on probation, ladies and gentlemen. 1 funky year in lockup.
That's not right. That's not right. Anybody else would have been charged with, saying that they took advantage of her while she was drunk, everything, and which she probably did, but that charge for some reason didn't stick. Everything know about P. Diddy's private jet admits trafficking investigation.
That chick that fucked the cop, she's gonna make out $1 million. Sue the city.
Oh shit! Here's why you don't threaten a nurse. Listen, this dude get little.
On March 21st, 2022, at approximately 2:05 p.m., an officer with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department responded to a disturbance at a doctor's office. While en route, dispatch radioed in with a disturbing development. The suspect threatened to shoot the place up if a doctor did not see him.
Hey man, you all right? What happened? Nothing happened? You weren't yelling and screaming inside?
Oh, no, get inside. The guy inside.
You're saying this guy inside?
Yeah.
It said he's dressed exactly like you.
No, not him. He's inside.
Okay, hope you're not lying, man, because I'll come back out. Oh, okay, well, it doesn't mean you can't say all that.
He wants to see the doctor. We can't be seen without an appointment. We explained to him we used to have urgent care to close down. Everything is about appointment here. And he refused to leave. He made all these crazy threats.
Okay.
So we just need to leave.
Okay, so you guys want to
Yeah.
I'll get it back.
As you watch the events unfold, keep in mind all the suspect needed to do was leave.
Grant any pockets?
What's up?
Hey, Grant any pockets?
All right, check this out. Man, don't walk up on me, man. Cause you ain't got no reason to be walking up on me, bro. Listen, check this out. I ain't got shit on me, but don't be walking up on me.
You're saying you're gonna shoot the place up.
Man, I ain't saying shit like that. I'm letting you know. If you put your hands on me, man. Listen, I ain't doing shit. I ain't saying shit about shooting nothing. If you put your hands on me, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know. Listen.
Do you have any guns on you? What do you do? Don't blade your body.
Don't put your hand on me, man. What you grab me for, man?
Damn! And he got little.
Grab me for, bro. Grab me for, bro.
Sit down on the ground. Sit down on the ground right now. Sit on the ground. Sit on the ground.
I ain't doing none of that.
200 Northwest 7th.
I ain't doing none of that.
Man, the cop started using objects, so did this dude. That dude got some art on him. The cop probably was like, son of a bitch.
And you're gonna shoot the place up.
I ain't saying shit like that. I'm letting you know. If you put your hands on me, man. Listen, I ain't doing shit. I ain't saying shit about shooting nothing. If you put your hands on me, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know. Listen.
Do you have any guns on you? What do you do? Don't blade your body.
Don't put your hand on me, man. What you grab me for, man?
Damn, he fucking.
Grab me for, bro. Grab me for, bro.
Sit down on the ground. Sit down on the ground right now. Sit on the ground. Sit on the ground. 200
I ain't doing none of that.
200 Northwest 7th. Sit on the ground.
I ain't doing none of that.
Move out of the
Go
way.
ahead. Go ahead. I ain't saying nothing about shooting this shit up, but go ahead. Go ahead. What's up, man? What's up? Huh? What's up? Huh? What's up? What's up? I ain't saying nothing about shooting shit up, so you just violated me, bro. So what's up? What's up? Huh? What's up? I ain't saying nothing like that, so what's up? You lying, huh?
Damn!
Northwest 7th Avenue, advise on field.
While the first officer kept eyes on the suspect and waited for backup, a dozen officers began flooding the scene.
Hey, up here, for sure. Stairs to your right.
Damn. He said, "You need to stop, motherfucker." Bruh, I bet you he couldn't get through that door.
Last 7. Second floor. I didn't say that about you in the shop, bro. You want to help? Get back. Wow. Don't help him. Bully. What? I said, give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your other hand. Other hand. I didn't say nothing about what's in it, bro. Where I said that about shooting shit up, bro. Be clear. Be clear. Yeah, that's tough now, like bitch. Yeah. Look at my Nah, man, stop moving, bro. Ammo, please, man. Hey, let me get gloves on. Just give me ammo from out of the pocket, man. I got you. Stop reaching for your pocket. I need you to ammo. All right.
This motherfucker did all that running, now wants to talk about an asthma pump. Listen to what this fucking cop said.
Where I said that about shooting shit up, bro. Be clear. Be clear. Yeah, that's tough now, like bitch.
Damn. Cop's like, you ain't so tough now, are you, bitch?
Nah, man, stop moving, bro. Ammo, please, man. Hey, let me get gloves on. Just give me ammo from out of the pocket, man. I got you. Stop reaching for your pocket. I need you to ammo. All right. Give me ammo, man. I ain't saying nothing about shooting that up. Give me ammo. Hey, nah. I told you to walk up on me. So I said I was shooting shit up. Keep your feet out. Keep your feet out. I'm gonna break your knee. Stop it. You have a hard time with
Damn, he said you're gonna break your fucking knees.
what is your problem? It's me, my boy. You see what he did my face? Relax. Relax, man. Relax. Relax. All right, guys. Hey, I hit my hammer. Let me hit my hammer. Let me hit my hammer. Got it. Stop pulling. All right. He's alive. He's alive.
He's got his foot on. He's got his foot on dude's leg.
That pocket. Yeah, best I could. I see. Oh, we gotta check the better for Jones. Hey, I don't damn gun. Why you threatening to shoot up? I'm short. I ain't no gun.
A pat search revealed a small tool tucked in the suspect's sock resembling a screwdriver. Later, it would be discovered that the suspect is a convicted felon and is prohibited from carrying weapons.
Yeah, that's the pocket? Yeah, that's the sock. Yeah, hold on to that. Hold on to that. Come on. Ain't no weapon. Ain't no weapon. Let's go. Ain't no weapon. You don't do that. Let's go. Walking away from me. Hey, come on, man. Y'all already got me, bro.
God dang.
Why y'all hold away from me? I ain't doing shit, bro. What's going on, bro? I'm not doing nothing, look. Stop pulling away from us, man. I'm not even doing that, bro. I'm not even doing that, bro.
As the suspect became dead weight, one officer intervened and wisely urged the officers carrying the suspect to use the elevator.
See how they working me up now? I'm not even doing shit. I'm trying to. I need my pump, man.
I got it in my hand.
Open it up. Open it up. I can't breathe, man.
I cannot breathe.
We got an ambulance ready for you outside.
Oh man, pull away, bro. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, bro. Hell, bro.
All right, you see that? I got it in my hand.
Wait, let me get some air.
Hey, they're gonna give it to you in the ambulance.
Okay. 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 And breathe, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
All right, Square. I'm gonna jump off. Have a good one.
All right, man.
You're up here now. Let's go in my car. Come on. I'm walking.
Damn. They're being a little too much. They're doing a little too much.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Seeing that far?
Sit down. All the way down.
I am trying. Yeah, I got my arm. You gonna let me sit down? You got my arm.
Good night, Miss Penelope. I didn't see you here till now. Yeah. 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 But y'all don't have to worry about that. I took care of him earlier today. Let me give y'all the replay back of it. Good night, Miss Penelope, if you're leaving. Hold on.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever.
These brownies will be ready in just a few minutes. We got 5 minutes left on the timer. I told Muggsy off today earlier. Just gotta find it in this long string. Wanted Muggsy to come up. But I know I heard more than one ding. So if it's fucking somebody like a troll.
Are you in your swimming pool in the water? You sound like...
Here it is.
I go live usually like this.
Like this.
Where are you?
Okay.
Where are you? Are you in your swimming? Are you in your swimming pool underwater? You sound like you're underwater.
No, I'm not underwater.
Who's this fucking guy?
I mean, maybe.
Who's this fucking
Maybe you
guy
should.
already? Who the
He's
fuck
a wise
are you?
guy.
Who's you?
He's a wise guy.
Who the fuck do you think you
Who
are?
the fuck
buddy?
is you, bitch?
Fuck your mother.
I own this show.
Fucking mother.
I own this show, bitch.
So you
Hey.
fuck cooler, bitch.
Don't you?
This is
clown,
my
shut
cat,
up.
bitch.
You're a fucking clown.
You sound like a fucking hick. You sound like a hick redneck, bitch.
Get out of here, Rocky.
Mugsy, you don't stand a chance with half these ladies on here. Only Pam. You stand a chance with Pam's old ass. But every shit, you ain't got.
I take your whole fucking chat on. I take them all on, your whole chat. All 3 of them.
Oh, looks
Muggsy,
like you
you
got
use a
some mug.
CPAP
You ain't
machine.
shit,
I hear the
motherfucker.
fat in your throat. You sound like a fucking walrus.
Just talk to me.
Clear your
Hey,
throat.
little bitch. Hey,
Get that
hey,
fucking
swear,
movie
get
out
rid
of
of.
your fucking throat,
Quit
buddy.
chewing
Get that
on
movie
bacon.
out of your mouth.
Hey, swear.
I'm taking them down so just me and you can talk. It's just me and you right now. You
That's
can
it.
stay
Take the much. Get rid of the garbage. Get rid of the garbage. Get out of here, garbage. This is my show now. Let me know. Let me know when the garbage is on. Let me know when the garbage is on the curb.
Backstage. They're backstage. They're backstage. It's just me and you.
Good. Good. What do you get? My rocks? What do you get? Your rocks off by playing my voice messages?
No, I just find it fucking disturbing.
Square. You got a cash app. Square. Hold up. You got a cash app. I can send you money for a microphone. You sound like I feel like I'm talking to a robot, and you sound like you're underwater. Can I send you a couple of bucks to invest? You're on fucking YouTube 23 hours a day. Instead of fucking popping pills and smoking meth, get yourself a nice fucking a mic. No, don't that make sense?
You're doing real good with your little bit, but I know you can hear me just fine.
You're not even worth my time. You know that? Listen. Stop going to girls' DMs.
Fucking ugly ass Italian motherfucker.
They don't want no part of you, you little fucking redneck.
You fucking
stop fucking making stories up.
You fucking want
stop making stories up about Diddy's girlfriend. You go on with Whitney, you fucking two junkies.
You want to stick a knife in someone, motherfucker? Come stick it in me, bitch. Don't fucking threaten no.
You sound like
you fucking piece of shit.
You sound like your mouth is covered. Are you underwater, you little blowjob? Your little blowjob. You sound like you're swimming in a pool underwater. What do you got? Oh, what's this I hear? You got a dog fetish? You put a fucking. You play with your dog's asshole? Is this true?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I know you do. You've been able to hear me this whole time.
What do you put, a butt plug in your dog? Are you a sick bastard?
No, I've never done anything like that. I mean, only your mind could think of something like that. But you know, I would seriously fucking trip the shit out your ass, and I wouldn't even think of fucking spitting on you if you were on fire for what you said to Penelope. That is a fucking beautiful woman. And I don't give a fuck how mad she got you, or if she fucking called and talked to your mother dirty. You fucking don't ever threaten a fucking woman like that. Ever in your
How's
fucking
this sound?
life.
How's this sound? Fuck you and fuck Penelope. How's that sound, bitch?
Yeah, fuck you too, bitch. How's that sound?
I'll put an ice pick right through your fucking Adam's apple, you little scumbag.
I bet you would.
And I got an ice pick for Brittany. I'll put it right in her fucking temple. I'll let it come out the other side. How's that? Play that recording on the fucking show.
Hey, there's nothing but air and opportunity, motherfucker.
I'm sitting 600 miles away. You're real tough. Listen, clip that fucking voice message and play that. I'll stick an ice pick right in fucking Brittany's temple and make it come out the other side. Right into your temple. How's that? I'll kill two junkies with one fucking ice pick.
Look, here's your simp army right here.
Stop making stories about Kim. She would never do nothing with you. She would never touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Hey,
stop
motherfucker.
You can't lie to me. You can't run game on me. You can't lie to me.
Hey. Just mute yourself for a second and let me tell you something. I've never fucking came on to Kim ever. Not once. Do you hear me? You fucking stupid Italian, fucking fake Italian bastard. You don't fucking fool me. And if you are really Italian, so fucking what? So fucking what? You're gonna try to make me imply that you're connected? Oh, you're muted, motherfucker, so nobody can hear you, by the way. You couldn't figure out how to mute. You're still muted. And so the great Bundy.
That dude is so desperate for a piece of ass on the internet. Look how he tries to be the white knight for all these ladies on here. Yeah, that motherfucker ain't gonna pull no tail from this bitch.
They don't want none of our smoke over here, period. They need to know it.
Who is this Albion in the back? Going once, going twice, and you're gone.
You got Bandy over there trying to gas him up.
And Square,
Hey,
fuck your friend Brittany too. She's a nasty bison bitch.
Fuck no, hey, no, bye, Andrea.
I was.
She blocked her in the chat. That's why.
Muggsy actually thinks that Mandy's gonna show him a leg, but you're mistaken, Muggsy. Shit, you should see all the comments he's leaving on these ladies' community posts, like Miss Jasmine. I hope you're doing good, heart, heart, heart. Muggsy, you're pathetic, man. Your prime days are over. You're over this shit. Maybe you should find a date somewhere in New York, wherever you live. I mean, he's extremely jealous of me and Danny. You know, we share a pretty special connection. Danny can't get over that. And she was trying so hard to trigger you today, Square. She even was like, "What's this squirrel? I can't trigger Square. Can you? Can you please get on my panel?" Mustard Squirrel's like, "Nope." So desperate.
It's Friday. They need some content for the weekend. That's what it is, Square.
Yeah, Muggsy.
I'm not dealing with people talking shit about people who have been nothing but good to me. Like, you know, I'm not, you know.
Andrea was okay to you though. She got booted in the chat. That's what.
Oh, now I see this. See, now I see this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know y'all were into it, really. I apologize. Like, otherwise, I would have been more prudent.
But
Brittany hasn't been
to a live to mine lately, and Andrea.
I don't know. You kind of remind how it's basically was my problem early on was her lie. Because either it's a lie to her and she knows it and she's aware fully, or she's just sub-aware and it's like a delusion. You know, she's not fully aware. I don't know. I really don't at this point.
Oh, she's
and that's
extremely
why when I came up, there, I didn't cuss or anything. I just was like, "Will you please just admit that you're not a doctor?" And she, and that's like a sex crime. You do that shit in public or something to somebody, your ass is gonna be fucking on the register.
Ghost of Shadows, aka Just Women.
Picture is his pro. Like, part of me loves fucking salmon. Oh my god. Good Lord, we got 70 fucking people in here.
A lot of people. I said, let's go. Come on. Fucking numbers just fucking blow up. That's good though. You need rolling.
You don't believe that, Aunt. Like, I'm sitting here looking at shit. I have no loyalty. My fist in my. Oh, I didn't know she's tried to ask both of y'all to ignore one another. And, you talk about it. I mean, let's be honest. Because I fucking disagreed. I've studied up on the lore extensively, the so-called lore that is they make up the trolls, and now you're regurgitating it like a good spoon-fed baby. Next, call me a woman beater. I mean, I already know this song and dance with me. You can't fucking catch me off guard with it.
Been to that
with me and got a joke done on her. Cry me a river. The bitch messed with me and got a joke done on her. Cry me a river. Okay. All right. So you said that she messed with you. I am willing to hear you out. And if I'm wrong, I'll say publicly, I'm fucking wrong. And you can say, hold on. You will not be bullied. Nobody will. Things went as you say exactly. If things went as you say exactly, perhaps, maybe, but I need to hear it all. I can't just take that and believe stuff. And Because if I bring you up, did I kick her? No, there she is.
Hello.
Okay, hello, Miss Lee. Yes, I can. Andrew, just wait, because if I bring you up, I gotta look. You can do what you, Andrea. I need to talk about you. Just come back, Andrea, because I know you ain't gonna want to stay back there. So either come back, or I guess not. Now go ahead with me.
You know, the last thing you did really blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Well,
Square
if I
could
bring
do
you up,
something
don't
like
say
that.
anything, Andrea. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry, Whitney. Can you please start over?
So the last thing you brought up was whack. I tell you, this woman is inciting physical violence on me, and you're like, okay, I didn't hear it.
I
And
haven't.
then
Yeah, I'd like to see. Can you please provide me with the link, and I'll pull it up for us right now. Like, I mean, I don't expect you to know the timestamp and all that, but if you could give me the link or a clip of it, anything to help, like, yeah, because I can't see everything, unfortunately.
that's
I can't
not
watch
the
it all.
point. That's not the point. And then you write another thing, and you're like, you practically say you don't care what she said, and I deserved it. Like you showed your hypocrisy.
I don't know if I really said that.
It's in the comments under my post.
And I said
I'm like,
those
what the
words
hell?
exactly.
What the hell? Like, you don't even remember what you say. You repeat things over and over.
No, it's not that I don't remember. I just don't think that. I think I basically told you what exactly I get told, and which is what I said a while ago, and I'll repeat, which was, you remind me of me when I first was on, and I didn't, and I give the excuse. Some people say it's an excuse, but it's the truth, that I was naive and didn't know. You knew what type of community this was and everything, and you still like poke the bear. And then that's the only thing I was saying. I wasn't trying to be heartless and saying that it was right.
Why
I
don't you
wasn't
cut
saying
around the
that
bush? You're always beating around the bush. Why do you do that? Just cut straight to
beating
the
around
point.
the bush. I'm cutting straight to the point. That's it. Like, I'm just saying that you were trolling. You were you were taking up for me, but at the same time, and saying what they were doing was out of line. But then at the same time, I find out that you're a troll, and you're a troll, and you're in a troll community, and you get doxxed somehow. Like, I mean, there's people like Ghost and Filthy that are in a troll community.
Why are you mixing up
Sorry,
things?
I'll shut up.
I was talking about Penelope, and you jumped to your community. You mix things up.
It's called compare and contrast. It's called comparison. You can use something that doesn't relate and help make a.
I thought you
what
were
I'm talking
sticking
about.
to that discussion. I didn't know you were gonna delve into your situation.
I'm sorry. It's the way I speak or think.
So
I guess I think out loud.
What are you saying? Are you saying because in your community they troll? What are you trying to say? I wasn't trolling.
I'm just saying people that are in a troll community usually know, like, they don't want to talk about certain people, and they won't talk about certain people because if they know that they have the power to dox them, they'll get doxed. And so I was kind of looking at it like, well, you knew the risk. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So that's something else. Yes, there's always a risk. But that's not the point. The point is you're saying
Like, right now, I'm doing all I can in my situation to ignore those people the best that I can and not allow them to be talked about. And I'm dealing with that and trying to reflect on how I got where I am And so you have to understand that my view on your situation is colored from my experience.
From his perspective.
So,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you're saying everybody gets to be doxxed no matter what.
No.
So whatever they do to
No,
you, it
I
doesn't
think it's
matter.
fucked up. I do think it's fucked up, but the
And-
laws aren't situated in our country or vice versa, where, you know, like this wasn't something we were warned about in school. I got warned about the worst thing you can do is share, you know, certain pictures of yourself and to be wary of strangers. I never knew that a group of, you know, 100+ people would be on my tail every day. I didn't, you know, protect my identity when I was a minor, and I came on here and made an account, and you know, that's how easily I was doxxed. So I sympathize with what you're talking about, and I do empathize with it. But at the same time, that's just me making a point. That's not like me hating you or anything.
The thing is, I tell you she's inciting people to come and beat me up, and you're like, oh, where did she victimize you? Because that's not true. And you said earlier you didn't even watch
Well,
the
have
stream.
you
So
not
that's the
threatened her?
hypocrisy.
Haven't you guys? Well, this is a woman's situation, and unfortunately, I've been in one of these situations before where I was friends with 2 women on here, and it's just messy. And
I didn't do anything to her. I made a
I'm
joke.
sorry that I even kind of got involved. It's
You
kind
want
of
me to go
my
beat her
fault
up for you,
too,
Whitney? I'll put on a black hoodie and beat that bitch's ass. Nobody will miss her. Not one
because
person.
you know I don't. But they have been nothing but, you know, I don't mean they. She's been nothing but a nice person to me. I haven't seen her threats towards
Okay.
you.
All right.
I haven't.
So don't
like,
tell me what I
publicly.
didn't see in her video. Don't tell me what I didn't see and be condescending. That makes
Well,
you
I
look
did see
stupid.
some of them, but I mean, from what I have seen, I haven't seen any.
Also,
Okay,
you're
I'll
a
put it to you like
hypocrite
that.
for talking to me in chats on Instagram, then blocking me, then coming on my YouTube comments
No, I
all over.
blocked you. I blocked you out of outrage for the domestic violence comment that you made light of towards her domestic violence situation. That is what I blocked you from.
So why are you talking to me on YouTube? Don't talk to
I'm
me at all.
talking to you right now to make your point. Okay, well then, goodbye. Have a good day.
Yeah,
Don't
goodbye.
fucking talk about other people too, then maybe, and maybe you wouldn't get fucked with it. I mean, that's all I can say. That's what people tell me, and you get mad about it.
Yep.
You know, fuck off. I mean, seriously.
Are you going to get
Yeah,
mad
can
about
I-
it if I say that your ex-wife said you beat her upside her head and made her eat a cheeseburger out of a dumpster?
No,
You get
but
mad?
you know,
You told us
you
that.
know
You
for a
told us
fact, you
that.
know for, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. And you know for a fact that I didn't do that because I wasn't in Los Angeles no longer. I left, and she was in the care of an organization that fed us 3 meals a day. So that story seems unlikely as fuck.
You told us that
And
you and her
the
got in an
beating
argument
upside
and
the
she tried to
head,
hit you.
her fucking hitting me in the back of the head,
initiated
almost
it.
knocking me out, and she got
Right.
pushed back. You know, yeah, I can't.
It's still
And you know
domestic
what?
violence.
There were 4 other witnesses there, and guess what? They
You
all
both
sat
used
there
to
and
do
saw. They saw that it was mutual, and they knew that she would go to jail too. And she begged them not, because they were gonna call the police. She begged them not to, and then they made me leave. And then 2 weeks later, they called me back and apologized and said, "Guess what? We need her gone."
Well, that girl
And
came
I
here
went
trying
back
to tell you
and
her
I
story,
fucking picked her
and you just
up.
didn't even
I
validate
went
it.
back. I went back 2.5 fucking hours, drove my happy ass all the way through the night, and picked her ass back up and fucking drove her ass all the way back home to Missouri.
Let's talk about how you did the same to this Whitney.
To her
You
mothers.
accuse other people of having
And then
done
she
it.
fucked, and guess what? She fucked me, and then she left me.
Okay, this isn't about you and your girlfriend having a domestic violence. This is about
Fuck off, Andrea, for today. You know what? Fuck off for good. I'd rather much be more friends with somebody that's not fucking gonna sit up here and try to say things to get a rise out of me. Your little troll failed. L, Andrea, big fat L.
She was angry, I think, because she got kicked from the chat. That's why she came in a little hot, is what I'm thinking. Squared, you disconnect? Am I running this thing?
I'm here. If the rules of this so-called space is that you sorry. If the rules of this space is that you bring it on yourself and da 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 da, and then a woman, and that she illustrated my point perfectly, is that, you know, people like her, and it doesn't matter. Anyways, I've had a tired night. I'm getting off. Zeus, Penelope, everybody, thanks for coming here. Yes, you should. I agree. It's fucking nasty. Fuck you, mugs. Fuck anyone else. Threaten people like that. Men, women, don't matter. Everyone have a good night. Peace. See ya.